All right, and welcome everyone to Greenway Oval in Tuggeranong. Bit of a cloudy day today here at our favorite oval here for American football ACT action. I'm Manjot Melly, and joining me today, as always, Matty Connor. We have the Wolves versus the Stars, the final regular season game for Gungahlin. Matty C, how's it going today?
Hey, Manchop. Firstly, I'm extremely excited to have you back.
Yeah.
I did my best trying to carry the mail last week, and it's not the same when you're not here. So it's great to be back next to you. I feel like this is the way it should be. And mate, last week the results didn't shake the league up anyway, but gee, the games were entertaining, mate. And it's good to have you back for what I expect to be another high-quality week. Even though, again, results today may not have any impact whatsoever on the table. There is still an opportunity for a bit of disruption, though, and it starts here with this first game between the Stars and the Wolves.
Yes, Matty C. And look, it's going to be a great day of football. I mean, it is the last week of the regular season, so the last time we're going to see four teams. We're going to lose the Gladiators after today with the three teams going to the playoffs, and then we'll see who survives to get into the grand final. But for the Wolves today, Matty C, win, and you're automatically into that grand final.
That's it. And they're going into it from the best position, right? Because if they win this game, that's it. They've controlled their destiny. What happens in the later game won't disrupt their apple cart. But if someone were to go a little awry here and the Stars are able to pull off a big upset, then all of a sudden it opens the door for Centurions to get that free ticket to the Capital Bowl. So it's there's a bit to play for here in this first game. And I can tell you from experience, when you turn up on the last day of the season and you beat a team, who then you now have to go and face in the 2 and 3 the following week, it's hard to surprise them the second time round. So it'll be interesting to see how this one washes out.
Yes, Matty C. And a big inclusion today for the Wolves as we just get the team captains in a moment. So for the Wolves, you got Andrew Noble, number 2, number 77, Jason Cargilliden, number 63, Adam Oppliger, and number 50, Will Thompson. And then Matty C for the Stars, we got George Dodden, number 23 there. I believe we see Connor McAuliffe there, number 76, Nick Nelson, number 70. And is that Clayton Gunning there,
Clayton Gunning, number 10.
Number 10, there we go. Just trying to get a read of the numbers there, Matty. I mean, we're
I'll write them down every time they start coming out. That way.
Thank you.
If you don't got them, I got them, This is teamwork, brother.
Yeah, and of course, Matty C he's always got my back there. So, Matty, as I was just about to say before the team captains rolled in, big inclusion today for the Wolves. Their star wide receiver, Jordi Silvera, returns.
We have not seen Jordi Silvera in so long. His number 1 jersey that he was wearing last year has actually been just habited by Damon Smith this year too. So it'll be interesting to see what jumper they throw him in. It looks like, in fact, it looks like they've got him back in the number 1. So there you go. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Damon Smith then. But this team too, we're going to see them short on a couple of heads. There is the opportunity here to they're hoping they're going to be able to just make sure they get through this one unscathed. And hopefully with the result, because, they've got future weeks to prepare for.
Yes, Matty C. And look, both of them in the number 1, Matty. That's going to confuse the heck out of us, isn't it?
It is, So Silvera in the white helmet, Smith in the dark helmet. We'll make sure we keep that nice and clear. But this Wolves team, they come into the week. They are 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Their recent form, they had wins against the Centurions last week, 36-14, a great defensive show. After they gave up the touchdown on the opening drive, they then clamped down, only conceded an intercept return. That was it for the rest of the day. They had a 56-12 win against the Gladiators 2 weeks ago, and the week before that, week 6, was their loss against the Centurions, 21-12. But last week, Phillips, not the most efficient day in the air, 8 of 19, but 100 yards and 3 passing touchdowns from those 8 completions. Also had 4 carries for 25 and a touchdown. And Jake Christie seems to be like kryptonite for that Centurions team. He had 15 carries for 130 yards. He just seems unstoppable when he plays against them.
So here we go for the last time in regular season play, Matty C. The Wolves will receive the opening kickoff. And it'll be Damon Smith deep to return. No Nick Mattress today, who's their usual returner. So the whole return game going down to Damon Smith, who had a return touchdown last season as well. Very dangerous returner. Here, gonna watch it roll, and looks like Cheetah is gonna bring it up, and that will be to the 46, Matty C. A great return there. And there's actually Dorje on that one.
Yeah, Lionel Dorje, he's wearing a different coloured helmet today, so that's kind of what's tricked us. He's also in the 72 instead of the famous 20 he'd been wearing all year. So just a couple of things changing in this lineup today. And, they're starting to get themselves together for this finals run.
Yeah, and look, for both teams, looking forward to finals here. So here it is. So Dorje in the backfield, because a different number 72 there, Matty C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Dorje in the backfield at the moment. 3 receivers to the top, and at the bottom of the screen, it's Marshall there. So first and 10 coming up from the 45, and immediately flag.
I think we might have too many men on the field defensively.
Yeah, and Donnan runs off, and it's going to be a free 5 yards, Matty C.
There you go. So there you go. First accepted penalty of the game. The drive's now going to start on the 51. No, I'm joking. The 49 going in. They're in just such a great position to start this game.
Yeah, and you can't really give... Yeah, that was Josh Mattress on the return.
Josh
Deep
Mattress
ball.
on the return.
Smith! Oh, he gets the catch! All the way, touchdown! Wolves immediately, Matty C. They make their mark known, and Damon Smith into the end zone. Unbelievable start to this game.
Oh, my goodness. Could be a big day for Damon Smith. He's one of those players that when you get the ball in his hands early and he does something, he then just channels off it. It's almost like he just summons this power up, and I think that could be the beginning of what's going to be a very big day for Damon Smith. A 49-yard touchdown to open the scoring, and then take a 6-0 lead.
Unbelievable start to this football game here. And here's Sean Tokley, ready to kick it. Noble, of course, with the hold. And that one, down the middle, Matty C. 7-0. What a start for the Wolves.
How about that? So 2 plays when you can let the first one. Doesn't quite get off because the penalty, but then first play from scrimmage and just wanted it more. Got himself in a good position. The cornerback, a little compromised in how he positioned himself there, and Smith in a position to really take advantage. Plucks the ball over the top and then just wants it the most. Gets down that sideline, makes a good play to get in. It's a huge start to this game because now it puts the weight of everything on the Stars, and they came from behind last week. I feel like coming from behind this week might be a different proposition, mate.
Yeah, and that's a player, Matty C. Damon Smith, who really will make his mark known in this league. As you see, Smith on the first play from scrimmage. Now the kickoff from Sean Tokley. Deep kick, looks like Gunning will watch his...
Hardy.
Would watch Hardy get onto it. And Hardy, right side, will go down near the 40-yard line. So, Matty C, it's going to be a big test here for the Stars. I know this game may not mean much in terms of the standings for them. They're going to finish in 3rd place. They made the playoffs already. But it'd be good to get some offensive momentum this week.
Yeah, I think so. They started quite slow last week, and you're seeing they fell behind 14-0, and they did manage to get a score back, but then gave up on the score straight away. So 2 different times they came from 14 behind in that game, and it took them a while to get going. The big momentum driver for them in that game was Mason McGuinness, who's not here today. So we'll have to do it different ways to come from behind this week.
And it'd be Gunning starting at running back today. Donnan awaiting the snap. Back to throw. Looking. Quick pass here. Incomplete intended.
Just over the head of Miller there.
Miller.
Just over his head.
Good to see Jacob Miller there, though, Matty C. Haven't seen much of him this season. He's come back recently.
Yeah, and he's been playing more of a defensive role, which has been great. Like, we've been able to see him out there playing a lot of defense, and he's been in a position where he's then been able to specialise in that a little bit. He'll be asked to go both ways again today, also with the Stars missing Christian Netsuma, who's been fantastic and really grown in his role as a corner this week. We've seen that they've got a few guys out, and you look over on that sideline too, you can also see Dinsar over there who's out as well. So they're playing with a lighter squad today, but they're also just hoping to get through unscathed. Looking forward to next week.
So 2nd and 10 play coming up. Man in motion. Handoff here. There goes Gunning. Breaks through one. A great run there, but he'll only get a couple yards, be 3rd down and long. Official gain, Matty C, of 2 yards.
That'll do it. Gunning for 2.
So 3rd down, and the Stars We'll start here from the closer side, the left hash mark on 3rd and 8. Where do you think the ball's going to go here, Matty C?
Well, we've seen Dutton not scared to put it in the air. So if he gets a good enough pocket, then, potentially I'd be looking to use the speed of Hardy. Hardy has been one of their great long reception targets this year, and he's done a really good job of making himself that way.
Yeah.
It's just about how well his line holds up, but that's what I'd be looking to do.
Dutton awaits snap. Handoff. Here goes Gunning. And Gunning, great tackle down low. Matty C will bring up 4th down. And down there, looks like Nicholin. Oh, it's Cheetah, actually.
Yeah, 44's Reece Cheetah down there doing a good job. Just solving the point of attack, getting there quickly and making the tackle. I'm going to see, and this is dangerous, right? You just seen Damon Smith go for that huge long touchdown on the one play from scrimmage, and now it's going to get punted away. Now you're potentially putting the ball in the hands of Damon Smith, who is an excellent broken play, exponent. And mate, after he scored that long touchdown to open the game, I'll be doing everything I can to try and not voluntarily put the ball near that guy because I feel like he would feel supercharged now.
So Smith playing a little bit up, but we've seen Dutton kick from this formation before many times this season.
Coach Marshall calls it the pooch punt.
Yeah, just like Roethlisberger and Brady sometimes did as well. He's going to fake it this time. They're going to run it, and Dutton to the corner. Dutton diving for it, and I think he is a yard short.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be short of the marker. It'll just depend on where they mark him. But it was an ambitious play, and they had a wide open side there. So, they were going to use Dutton's athleticism to their maximum ability there. But he picks up, we reckon, probably about 6 of the 7 yards that was required,
yes.
and it's not going to be enough. And we're going to see now the Wolves starting again in plus territory, 45 yards away from pay dirt before they've even snapped the ball.
So Smith's 50-yard touchdown. Then you see Gunning run for 3 yards. Dutton run for 6, but they only got 9 out of the 10 required on the 4 plays. So here's the Wolves, 1st and 10 coming up. As Matty C said, from the positive 45. Handoff goes to Dorje. Oh my goodness, he's breaking through some tackles, Matty C. Running around and getting to about a yard or 2 from the marker.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He just found that hole in the middle and used every little bit of space there was. But once he had contact made with him, he kept on moving, and the offensive line good enough to get there and help try and keep driving him. So he ends up picking up about 7 of those yards. It's a lovely start for Lyon.
So 7 yards on that gain. 2 receivers either side. Got Dugdale and Smith at the bottom of the screen. Got Evans at the top as well. 2nd and 3. Phillips. Handoff. Dorje breaks through one but cannot get through. A strong second effort there from Grant Clark.
Yeah, and really well identified too. The line didn't really get any penetration. And Clark's a wily veteran. He does a great job of getting to the outside. He's playing as a linebacker today, where often you'll see him down as a defensive lineman. Today they're giving him a bit more freedom out there and immediately making his impact known. That's a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and Grant Clark, we had him on Aussie Grind today during the week, or last week, shall we say. 3rd and 4 coming up. Phillips back to throw, looking quick one here for Dugdale. Incomplete, bring up 4th and 4 from the 39. Got to think they're going for it, Matty.
Look, I think I would too. And you could do worse than aim for Jack Dugdale. Last week, again, he had 5 receptions, 73 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He seems to have big days up against that Centurions outfit. There's whatever it is about the way they deploy him and his size. They just find him hard to cover.
He's so hard to cover, isn't he? I mean, we said that at the same time as well. Pretty funny.
Yeah,
on
we're
the
in
same,
sync, brother. We're in sync.
On that wavelength. I mean, he's just a hard guy.
Take a week off, mate, but it doesn't diminish what we've got.
As man in motion is Evans. Phillips looking that way, rolling to his right, throwing it up there. Dugdale on cue. Matty C with the 1st down.
Just a lovely catch too. Like, he pulls that thing in, gets dragged down right on. It looks like the 24-yard line. Just a really smart, savvy play. We'll give him credit for 17 yards.
Yeah, it's hard when you got a guy like Henry Bridgestock, very athletic guy himself. Matty C, that size is so hard to stop, though.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's a great a specimen of what you were hoping for a wide receiver who can also play on the line and provide a little bit of passing block support or run blocking support. But he's good enough skills to be a good receiver, but big enough to be a difficult person to keep the ball away from.
As they're going to go on the play action.
Yeah, he
Phillips
found him
over
again.
the middle. Oh, Dugdale. Inside goal-to-go territory, Matty C.
And that concept is so nice. They just run Dugdale down 6 or 7 yards from the line of scrimmage and then get him to plant his right foot and cut towards the goal post, the end zone post in the far corner. And he just runs that line. And you could see very early on, Phillips had identified it and just needed him to clear the linebacker zone. And then just pops it over the top and a really nice gain. Goes and picks up. We're first and goal to go now from about the 7. So I'll give him credit for another 17 there.
So first and goal to go here from the 7. Dugdale now lines up at the top of the screen. Handoff. Here goes Dorje, patiently running, but you only get about a yard or two.
Yeah, so they're going to mark him just a little outside the 5. And this is something that we've seen from the Wolves recently is getting close and they start to throw the misdirections and the run plays. And you don't often see them pass it in on the really short yardage now. You tend to see them rely on just getting in with the ball in hand. But the way we've seen it more often now is that they do a little bit of this, and the next thing it's Phillips who runs it in. He's had 3 rushing touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
Lethal with his legs. I mean, he can hurdle dude too. I've seen that as well, Matty C.
Oh my gosh.
Back to throw now. Over. Left side. Great tackle down there. Matty C is gunning on that one.
Yeah, and Evans does a nice job. Turns to the corner, gets up, holds the ball, and you got to have strong hands for that one because when you grip the ball, like there's nothing else behind you. You've got to catch it like a cricket ball, but then you're also got to survive the ground, and the tackler he's hitting you as soon as you catch it. So good concentration and good strength to hold that one, and just gain a couple of yards there.
Yeah, just a great job there, Matty C, by gunning as well to stop a touchdown, you could say. Just really strong tackle at the first point of contact.
Yeah, well, you only get one shot to make sure you hit clean there too, because if you're a little off the momentum of you going through the play you're trying to tackle, if it's not quite right, then, well, there's no one else behind you. They're going to turn and just walk that thing in. So you've got to be right. Your timing's got to be right.
Yeah, and the timeout was to the Wolves. They're first of the half. That's why I've got this little stoppage here. It'll be 3rd down and goal. About the 5-yard line, Matty C. Third and goal from the 5.
Might even be further out than the 5. It is a little faint out there.
Yeah.
But it looks like the 5-yard line marking is sort of just behind the heels of the defensive line for the Stars. So it looks like they may be at the 7.
She's got Smith and Dugdale at the bottom of the screen. Got Evans at the top of the screen there. And back to throw Phillips. Up 101 Smith. And he's going to get a touchdown, Wolves. And there's Damon Smith once again, Matty C.
Once again, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. And this is the problem, right? He's going to be a problem the rest of the day because he did something fantastic to open up. He's the definition of a momentum confidence player. And look at that. He's making that corner dance. There's too much space out there for a guy with his athleticism, his speed, his ability to change direction and pick up pace, and then hands like he's got. That's a really tough assignment for anybody in all that space.
So here it is for Tokley to kick it straight through and make the score 14-0, Matty C.
And nice hands there by Andrew Noble, number 2, who's the holder. It's a really thankless job holding for a field goal, but Noble does a great job, gets his hands up to get the ball, gets that ball down, gets it pointed, gets the laces out, and Tokley has all the confidence in the world that's going to happen, kicks through it like it's been there the whole time. But just really nice concentration by Noble to make that move and make up the time without looking rushed.
Indeed, Matty.
They got stopped on the 45, so it'll be interesting to see how they travel this time round. And a nice return too, getting that ball out. He took that return on the 15, so they're going to get 20 yards. A really nice way to set your team up a good field position.
Yeah, and Gunning really doing it all on both sides of the ball and special teams. So really just a freeway player, we could say, Matty C.
Well, yeah, and do you remember last year the player they had who would do a lot of this was Anton Finchermeyer?
Yes.
And he's got a lot of that. Anton Finchermeyer might have been the precursor to the Clayton Gunning that we've got this year. And just watching Gunning too in pre-game, he looks really on. A little high. And as a receiver in that position, you see that coming in, I've got this. And then you just forget that you can't extend your arms as high over your head as you can.
Yeah.
day to day because your pads do restrict you a bit, and then all of a sudden your range of motion's just not where it should be, and then no, the pass is too high, even though as the ball's coming in, you go, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny how that makes such a difference out there. The pads are great for your protection, but they're not excellent for your range of motion.
So second down coming up. 10 yards to go here for the Stars. Darted back to throw again. Looking that way. Under pressure from Sturt. Gets out of it. Hardy will not find the football. It's floated out of bounds. Incomplete.
Now, Sturt had an excellent game last week. He was all kinds of trouble the way that, you know, in the past you'd have seen Kyle Morris, who now plays for the Stars, do as a Wolf. He's really sort of taken up the same mantle of a guy like that. And it's really impressive to see because he's just been working and grinding all year. And now at the pointy end of the year, he's really showing that all the hard work he's been putting in is turning up and things like that.
Yeah.
That's just an incomplete pass. It goes on the score sheet. There's nothing more than that. But his work to create that pressure and rush and get Dutton to move and then have to abandon the play, that doesn't get recorded, but it's all there.
Yeah. Advanced analytics, you know, don't be recording that as a pressure. Third down and 10 coming up from the 35. Dutton. Hand off. Bit delayed. And it's going to result in a loss of yardage. Great play made there by Vinny Palencia.
And that's a guy whose name we don't call a lot on the coverage, Vinny Palencia, but he has made playing on that defensive line a home for him. We'd often seen him in previous years as a short area running back. He's now moved, turned to the other side, and he is causing trouble. It's fun to see.
Yeah, and Matty, it's just really interesting with that makeup of that defensive line. I mean, you got big guys there like Carjalainen and Sam Bond, who's the biggest guy there. Like
Tommy Matthews. Yeah.
Matthews, yeah, those guys are big. But then you got like the shorter guys like Sturt and Palencia who cause just as much trouble, if not more, as the big guys do.
I mean, and you see, just even after he makes that big play last time around, Sturt's first move is just to get his head down, lowest point, drive as hard as you can. And this time around, he doesn't get the penetration that he's hoping for against his offensive lineman. But the effort's still there. Yeah. He's made the excellent play the play before, and he's putting in just as much effort for a play that then for him personally doesn't result in the same outcome. But the effort is always high. You'll never get an excuse out of him. You just get effort.
Incredible players, aren't they? As you see 4th and 13, be a punt here for the Stars. We know Sandy Maskell Knight, usually their punter, Matty, not there today, so probably see Dutton kick this one away. Yeah,
and I think there's, both teams are a little lighter on personnel this week for a couple of reasons, right? You know, it's just a tough time of year and players are dealing with their niggles and but also there's a definite feeling between these two squads when we talk to their coaches before the games of surviving the week and giving guys where they could the opportunity to rest up to make sure that they're ready for the playoff run.
Just got to kick this one. Pretty decent kick here. It's going to roll. Get a good bounce. Just gotta watch it roll now. And that's going to get down there. Great job by Hardy as well. Matty C. as Miller. Both of them down there on the coverage. Waiting for that ball to just roll and roll until the 23-yard line.
But, you know, now you've had 2 drives with the ball and you had a 9-yard drive that didn't get a first down. Now you've gone backwards. You've got a negative 3-yard drive, and that's kind of not what you're looking for. So there'll be some good conversation, I think, on the sideline now to try and work out what you got to change to try and get any traction against this Wolves defense. And mate, this Wolves defense, they gave up a very easy touchdown drive to open last week's game. They're not a point for the rest of the day. The only other points came from an intercept return on just an underthrown ball, and Lockie Clark's going to sniff that out. But this Wolves defense has come to play, mate.
They have. And 1st and 10 coming up here for Phillips. Back to throw, looking. He wants the deep ball. He's going for it on Evans. It's broken up by Gunning, who've been talking very high praise of Matty C. Once again, he's there.
Yeah, we love Clayton Gunning, but I love that route from Tristan Evans. We haven't seen a lot of Tristan Evans this year, admittedly, but it's good to see him back out there, and we saw him in pre-game, and he's looking sharp. That was a play that just you had to make if you're gunning, because the way we saw Evans warming up, that's in sticks. He's just gone. That's hit him in the very point of the gloves. You're already trailing. You're not catching him. He had to make that play, and he does. Comes up real big.
Great play there by Gunning to stop what Matty C would say is probably a touchdown.
Probably a touchdown, mate. And with that, Phillips had been 5 of 6 before that. So it's
Morris
just really
shows
sharp.
blitz here. Handoff goes to Dorje, and Morris is there for the stop. Great play by him. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and no gain on that, but just really sniffed that out quickly. I think that's something that we've seen this Stars team do well over the course of the season too, is just they're getting more experience. They brought more experience in this year from some of their old Firebirds coming back to the UC nest, but they've been able to get to the point of attack and close things down so much quicker, and they're recognising it so much quicker, and sometimes that's the thing that only game reps can give you.
So 3rd and 10 coming up here, Matty Seals. See what Phillips has in store. Back to throw, looking, going for the receiver. Oh! Big hit over the top. Greg Clark.
Yeah.
No flags on the field.
That is the terrifying reality of being a receiver in a sport like this. Is sometimes you make that cut back towards the middle, and you can't see the players around. You're concentrating on that ball, but you know that you're running directly opposite direction to somebody else, and there's likelihood you're going to get hit with force. And it is a brave game to be out there doing that, and you just don't often think about it because it happens so rarely that you get a contact like that. And that's the right reaction. That is, it was big contact.
Had to watch it again, Matty C.
Yes,
wow,
yeah, absolutely.
I really hope he's okay there, Matty C. Didn't quite catch the number plate.
But and sometimes this is like very early on in my career. It might have only been my 2nd game. I came across the middle, got cleaned out by someone like that, cracked a rib. No worries, right? There you go. And you crack a rib, right? And you go, oh, well, actually, that hurts. And now my ribs hurt for a couple of weeks. But the injury was in the head, because then every time I'd have to run a route short and running back into the middle of the field, that was in there. I was thinking about it. So you've got to be able to shake that off as well.
Yeah, so it's the number 37 there, Matty C.
Yeah.
Got injured. Just trying to find his number on the sheet. Probably have to fill that one.
I don't think I've got a 37. Jack Chow.
Jack Chow. There you go.
Jack Chow. Looking brave, getting up and
have to add that one to the sheet myself. 4th and 10 coming up. And Tokley's punt will be waved off. Morris. 12 men on the field. It's going to bring up a 4th and 15. Going to repeat 4th down, Matty C.
Well, and you know, the only 2 penalties in the game so far, both 12 men on defense penalties. Just otherwise a very clean game. Just a couple of little procedural problems there. And mate, it's nice to see. These two are teams who generally are very clean in the way that they play the game, and we don't see a lot of flags on either of these guys. In recent time, we actually saw 12 accepted penalties against the Centurions a couple of weeks ago, which was not a common sight.
It's a good punt there. Oh, boy, Phillips. I was a bit worried, Matty C. These Stars players were just all around the football, Matty. That's why I let that there, because I was just a little worried because Tokley, you know, he's an accurate kicker. He'd probably be accurate enough to hit someone who's not looking at the football.
Well, Phillips is the smart player here, right? As the receiving team, if you don't touch the ball before the kicking team touches it, yeah, okay, the ball just stops there. But if you are near it, if you touch it, even inadvertently, that ball's live again. So as a receiving team, unless you're picking that thing up in complete safety, get the hell away from it. Because Clayton Gunning almost put himself in absolute danger there of getting pushed into the ball.
Yeah.
Is it his fault that he got pushed into the ball? Well, no, someone pushed him in. But his fault for being there, and that would have been detrimental because they finally got to stop, and then they would have been turning it over again 40 yards out from their line.
1st and 10 coming up from the 42. 3 receivers at the top, receiver at the bottom as well. For Dutton, going back to pass, looking quick.
Got him.
Got Gunning. And
Nicholin.
Whoa. Wow. Great cover tackle, as you said,
wow.
Maxie.
Yeah, just monstered him. He got that ball in and tried to turn, and just already by that stage, Nicholin just had him in the bear hug. And I imagine a bear hug from Dom Nicholin. It sounds cozy, but I don't think it actually is.
2nd and 9. He's a big hitter, isn't he, Maxie?
Yeah, he sure is.
So 2nd and 9 play coming up here for the Stars.
But they go, and the first completed pass for Dutton today is one of 4 today.
Yeah, it's good to see him on the scoreboard there. See what they can do. That Wolves defense stacked up against the line of scrimmage. Going to have 4 or 5 defensive lines.
Yeah, they've got Jackson Reed on the far end in the silver helmet as a stand-up end.
Yeah, Yeah, so it could be a 3-4 with two linebackers, outside linebackers as well. Second down, 9 coming up. Man in motion's Miller. Gonna hand it
Gonna
off.
hand it to him.
There he goes. He's not getting past Jackson Reed on cue, Matty C. His third down and about 10.
Well, and that is an excellent job by Jackson Reed, because as a defensive end like that, your first job is to get it maybe a yard or two deep over the line of scrimmage and contain the end. And Miller had nowhere to go except to run into Jackson Reed. And it's good discipline to just keeping to the assignment and not over pursuing.
So third and 9, Matty C. And Rui, it's a long road here for the Stars. We've seen them do crazy things over the last few weeks. Made two 14-point comebacks in the last 3 games. Both against the Gladiators there. They put it up to the Centurions in between those 2 games. So third and 9 coming up. Darting back to throw. Looking. Going deep. Hardy! Incomplete. Great coverage, Matty C. Made down there by Wales.
Yeah, and I mean, he just did everything right there. Hardy, he turned first and he had position, but Wales was so well, he was so well attached to that, and just never let Hardy out of his range of even when he couldn't see the ball and he was starting to turn, he just kept a hand on Hardy to know where he was, and it just meant that he ended up in a better position, and Hardy just had no way of regaining that, even though Hardy should have had the advantage from being able to turn first.
So 4th and 9. Saw them go for it on 4th and 7, I think it was, early on the first drive.
Yeah.
Don't think this time, Matty C, you'd go for it. I think they'd want to get that field position. That's where they've won a lot of
They don't have a
battles.
returner back.
Yeah, it's a good. Oh, Dutton fakes it. Under
He's out of
pressure.
time.
And he's out of time.
Palencia again.
There's Big Vinny, Matty C. He's getting they're calling him a dog down there, Matty C. The dog chant's going on down on the sidelines. Big Vinny.
Look at him go. They're celebrating him. Ethan Morton's giving him a pat on the helmet. He had to get down to do it because Ethan Morton's huge, and when he's built compact. But look at that, a negative 3-yard drive, a negative 5-yard drive. Now the Stars actually only have 1 total yard of offense. So this has just been a strangling defensive effort from this Wolves team out of just good discipline, man, John.
Exactly, and Dutton.
Nobody
panicked
doing
there.
more than they're asked, but everyone doing exactly what they're asked.
Yeah, Dutton really panicked there, Matty C. Had to take it as Phillips. Quick ball here. Oh, Chow. Hit him in the hands. Good to see him back up and running after that big hit, Matty C.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, and
give it
more
to him
than
straight
likely,
away.
he's kind of winded and a little startled. But then once you get off the field, you get a drink in, a chance to catch your breath. It's good to see him straight away trying to get the ball back in his hands, because that's the confidence thing. You've just got cleaned out from watching the ball and not being able to see where the bodies around you are. So just getting the ball back in your hands is good for the confidence.
So 2nd and 10 coming up here. Smith at the top of the screen. Hand off. Dorje through the middle. He's going to get taken down by Morris and Dutton.
Now, that's kind of a real wrestle there between Phillips and Dorje to see who was going to keep that ball. And Dorje, I think, ended up just says, I want it more. Because, gee, if he pulled that out, Phillips actually had a lot of space to run into, because Bridgestock, number 12 here in the red helmet, he had committed inside. So there would have been a lot of space outside with just Miller, who was already getting blocked out by Chow.
Yeah, I love a good read option play, Matty C. Love running down college football.
I think maybe Phillips made the mistake of just putting it too far in there, and Dorje didn't want to give it up.
3rd and 4. This time he keeps it. Oh! Broken up. Brilliant job by Bridgestock.
Yeah, and I think Bridgestock kind of maybe learned a little from just committing a bit early on that last one, because he then got back to watch Phillips looking like he had the ball and didn't, and kind of, I would have been had there. So just more patient from Bridgestock.
And let's go bring up 4th down. Boy, oh boy, if we could get a second hand to that, Matty C, could have gone to the house.
Just pop it up, even. The thing is that popped forward instead of up, and that would have made a difference. Phillips, after starting 5 or 6, is now none of his last 4. So how about that?
Yeah, Stars defense really locking in right now, Matty C.
And they need to, because they're in a hole.
4th down coming up. Morris showing blitz. Let's see if he brings it. He back off this time. Floated up there. Bridgestock gets beaten by Dugdale. Dugdale to the end zone. He's got to fall about a yard short. Bridgestock and Morris recovered.
Wow.
Just in time.
So that's going to be a 30-yard reception for Dugdale, who's just been fantastic. 3 catches today and already 64 yards.
Maddie C, it's just great to see a player like Dugdale. We talk about the flashiness of Smith, Mattress, Silvera's power, but Dugdale, Maddie C, just so dependable. I just love that.
He is. He is. And each play he's made has gone for a first down today, which is just fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, all he catches is first downs. All Smith catches is touchdowns. It's been incredible stat lines today, Maddie C.
Yeah, that's the end of the quarter, I think. Yeah, there you go.
And we've got to walk all the way to the other end of the field, Maddie C.
Yeah, but 98-yard turnaround here. And just in that, just while we've got the opportunity to talk about it, I just want to say I'd seen as well just has arrived and has been warming up on the far sideline. Cornerback we were talking about earlier, Christian Atsuma has arrived. So that'll be interesting to see how that changes the way their defense has been playing because up until that last play, they've been doing really well. And did you see what created the space in that? Is that Chow and Dugdale kind of were in the same spot and as the ball was getting launched, and then it kind of created a bit of miscommunication between those defenders and a little bit of contact between 3 of the 4 of them. And all of a sudden, Dugdale pops out the back with the ball. So it was just a really nice little concept and inadvertent contact. There was nothing, there was no attempt to clear anyone out. It was just people who were near each other making decisions that ran them into each other.
So here it is. First and goal for the one, Macy. Can the Stars hold on for 4 plays? It'll be really tough.
Gosh, I mean, we've seen them put up nice stands in the past, but it is a lot to ask, isn't it? To say, you got to defend 1 yard, right? And you got to do it 4 plays in a row, and I've got the advantage of knowing what I'm calling and when it's going.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Well, a turnover would be massive for them. First and goal coming up for the one. Start the second quarter.
Well, the Wolves have turned over the ball in the red zone plenty of times this year.
And there goes Dugdale. He'll walk in. Touchdown, Wolves. They'll bring up to 20-0, Matty C.
Wow, there. So I said no completions of his last 4. Then he completes 2 in a row, both to Dugdale for 31 yards and a touchdown. Phillips now with his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. And this is becoming a bit of a procession now.
And Matty C, Jack Dugdale, just an incredible player. Getting everything right now for this offense. It'll be the extra point taken 20 yards back. And hopefully under some pressure, we'll knock it through. That bring it to no good.
It's no good, yeah. I didn't see the signal from underneath the post, and it looked like maybe it had gone wide to the right.
Yeah, a bit hard to see for the other poles as well for myself. Yeah.
We're just lined up in the spot too, where if it goes wide to the right pole, you can't quite tell. But to the left pole, it's easy to tell. So, but there you go, 20-0 is the score now, and look, this is really exactly what Jason Ray was hoping for, right? Is that just get out to lead, just hold it out, don't put anyone in any danger, preserve that first spot. So this is the last regular season game we're going to see from a team called the Gungahlin Wolves, no matter what shape the league looks like next year. There is a team based in Gungahlin, it won't be called the Wolves. And they're just kind of going about it in the way that we've seen Jason Ray build this club into. It's just a club who are very disciplined. They do their job. They execute really well. And they've done nothing sensational to be in this position, but they're in a commanding position.
And here goes Godding. Once again, call his names many times. Chased by Silvera. And Silvera will get to him. Did you just see that, Matty C? He ran over a guy and then he went to chase him down. Welcome back, Jordy Silvera.
Back.
That's how you do it.
That is how you do it. No one more excited to be in a Wolves jersey than Jordy Silvera today. It's been a long road back. It was about this stage last year that we saw him. He was having a day too. He had 10 catches in that day where he hurt his knee, and it's been a long road back. And it's just so great to see him back doing Jordy Silvera things.
Unbelievable, Matty C. I mean, he just ran over a guy and then got the tackle. We always see him as a receiver. But Matty C, we see Jordy Silvera using that power he always does to break tackles, using it in the tackling game there at kick return.
A nice little 22-yard return on that one, taking it from his 11 out to the 33. See if they can drag up a first down. No first downs yet today for the Stars.
Started, awaits the snap, back to throw, looking, under pressure, he'll run, and he's going to go dive down. Again, it's about 5 or so yards, Matty C.
Yeah, and that was just really nice from Reece Cheetah. Got just enough contact to put Dutton off balance, and with the speed he'd had up by that stage, he just had no way to recover his footing, and just a really veteran play from Reece Cheetah there, because if he didn't get any of him, he was gone.
And do you like this play calling here from the Stars, Matty C? On first down, every first down they've called a pass. Do you like to see more of the run game?
Um, and it's funny because, okay, so you say that, but they've ended up with a pretty even distribution of run pass. So
Yes.
they have the incomplete pass and then go back to the run to try and get there. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of running early in the downs.
Back to throw, quick one. Miller out of the pocket there. And he's going to go down to the 50. Great job here. Out of his break, shall I say, Matty C, instead of the pocket.
Yeah, and it was a lovely run. Like, so he gets his pass and he turns the corner and off he goes. He gets the ball from the 38 right up to midfield. Just a really nice play. And it will be a confidence builder for Darton, who's been 0-4 to that point. Now he gets 1 of 5 to that point. Now he gets a 12-yard completion.
Yeah, Miller really put his mark on the offense, Matty C.
Well, it's good to see because he hasn't spent a lot of time in the offensive unit. And, just while they're doing that little shift around of having mixed personnel today, not having absolutely everybody. And you sometimes get players to do things they're not familiar with so much, and he's stepped in nicely.
Ball at midfield. Back to throw Dutton. Quick
Love
one.
it.
Great job, Dan. Flynn will get to the first down marker. Dutton starting to get a bit of a rhythm going, Matty C.
Yeah, you like that. They haven't had a first down all day, and now all of a sudden they have 2 in as many plays. They're starting to move the ball. They've gone from having 1 total yard of offense in this game now, and in 3 plays they've just gone ahead and added 27 yards. You love this.
Yeah, Matty C. And it'll bring up first and 10 for the 40. See if they can keep the good times rolling.
Well, and what I like about these last 2 passes have just been quick decisions, short drop back, low risk passes. Just exactly what you want to try and inspire some confidence from your passer.
So first and 10 for Dutton. Back to throw, looking quick one again to Dutton.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, to Gunning, and incomplete.
Well, and I don't know that anyone ran a wrong route there. I just think that one sailed a bit out of Dutton's hand. He just didn't look like he had it completely gripped right.
Yeah, and probably, Matty C, you'd say, probably the right result. There's a couple of defenders in there. Probably safe to just sail it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there was definitely enough bodies in there of people who would have loved to have got the ball to, and there were probably safe passages to do it. But the good thing about that result is you just get to run back to your huddle and recall a new play. You're not then chasing somebody who's picked it off and running the other direction.
So here it is, Matty C. Second and 10, back to throw, looking over the middle, almost intercepted. Boy,
Getting risky now. Getting risky
Yeah.
now. And that was born out of being under pressure and just lobbing the ball out to roughly where his player was. That was not intended to try and hit the receiver. It was just intended to be in the area, and that is a risky business.
Yeah, and we're just talking about that pass versus run distribution, Matty C. All passing plays this drive.
Yeah, well, and now it's 6 rushes to 9 passes. So
Yeah.
4 passes in a row has lobbed that the other direction.
So third and 10 coming up. Let's see where they go with. Do they go with the run? Got Carl Morris back there. Or do you go with the pass as Dotton has been doing? Or drive? Be doing it well. Dotton back to throw, looking under pressure, floats it out there for Morris. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. And it'll be 4th and 10. Do you think, Matty, maybe Dotton in another game, if it meant a little bit more, he would be running it in that sort of situation?
Maybe. I mean, the thing I think that's true about George Dutton here is that you can't tell him the game's meaningless or that the outcome of the game doesn't matter. Like, once he steps across that line, and we're talking to both Coach Marshall about this, but also Grady Ogilvie about it as well, is that you just can't tell him that. Like, as soon as that ball snapped, he's just in, I need to produce the best play mode. And I still believe that he's not going to be done doing some amazing things by the time this game's over, even if it isn't a heavy loss.
He's only run it once, Matty C, so he's under pressure this time. Over the middle, incomplete. Flynn was diving for it, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and that's a pity to end the drive there, but they gained 27 yards on that drive. It's the best drive they've had today, 2 first downs on it. But yeah, at the end of that drive, Dutton doesn't get set before he throws that ball across the middle. It doesn't have any power or accuracy, and it's out of the reach of Flynn and everybody else as well. But he didn't really give his receiver the opportunity to get to it because he just didn't get himself set. It was a real shoulder and hip throw. He didn't really get himself driven and set and driven to get that ball to his receiver. It's just never going to be a complete pass.
So here it is, 1st and 10 coming up from the 40-yard line. Ball needs to get to the 50. Dugdale moves in motion. Handoff goes to Dorje through the middle, and Clark once again with the big tackle, Matty C. Boy, we love seeing him hit some guys, don't we?
He's seen too much as well. Like, you can't just open a point of attack like that and not send somebody through to try and clear a guy like Clark out. He will just appear, as he does, and he snuffs that out for a yard. Like, it is just, he's seen too many things to try that.
So 2nd down, 9 yards to go here for the Wolves. 2 receivers either side. Dorje in the backfield. Phillips awaits the snap. See what he can do. And man in motion is Evans. They're going to go back to throw. Looking to Dugdale on the sideline. And right around the marker. I think he's about a couple of inches short. It'll be further, maybe a foot.
Really nice awareness to know where he was on the field with that as well. So just really clever. Gets the ball into his hands and just make sure he gets at least 1 foot in. Really, probably had 2 in. And just a nice job by that offensive line too. This very near side of the line is guys like, Tom Matthews is the centre, Aiden Ray, and the nearest to us is Will Thompson. And they've just done a really nice job holding up for Phillips to be able to make that decision.
3rd and 1 coming up here for Phillips in this offense. Evans.
Oh, watch out for Damon Smith, I reckon.
Let's see. Yeah, Damon Smith at the bottom of the screen, Matty C. Phillips trying to get them to jump. But Dorje will get the first down. And Dorje's got more. He's spinning out all the way down to the 35. A great run of 16 yards.
You need a yard. Dorje can get you 16. How about that? And a really nice spinning move to get free. And then all of a sudden, he was just in space. And the receivers down here who'd initially held the block thought that the play was going to be over and disengaged a little bit. But they did enough just to give a couple of obstructions to try and get around to make it to Dorje. So they did help him a little bit, but that disengagement as he had contact and got across the marker really did slow down what was possible on that play.
And
nice play by Natsuma to finish it off too.
Sweet 16 yards there.
Sweet 16.
From Dorje on 3rd and 1. Morris shows blitz. Phillips watches him back off. And Phillips going to go. Dugdale incomplete. Unlucky there, Matty C. If he caught that, you'd think he'd get into the end zone.
Probably.
I mean, that catch he had on the sideline for the touchdown a few weeks ago against the Centurions, where he just plucked it out of the DB's hands. Just incredible what he could do, Matty C. Yeah. Almost did it again.
Almost did it again there, and I think in that instance too, if that does hit him in the hands, I mean, Bridgestock's not the bigger guy. He's trailing, and Dugdale then has the ball and he has his back to him. It's going to be a hard ass to drag him down, but there was a little bit of hand fighting in there. I like that they let that go. I do like that they let that go. I'll get there.
It's all good, Matty C. 2nd and 10 coming on.
Tongue tied.
Back to throw. Looking. Smith. Here he is, Matty C. Touchdown, Wolves! Unbelievable from Damon Smith.
He just turns Natsuma around. It'll take a second. You'll just have to watch his part of the screen on the replay here, Manshot. When you play that back, he just defeated Natsuma off the line, and he knew exactly where he needed to go. And Matthew Phillips saw it the second that Smith had leverage. And, no worries. No worries.
Great ball to get it over the safety as well, Matty C.
Yeah. So Smith, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, gosh, the safety at the end, Matty C. Almost goes head to it. But Phillips in the bucket, Matty C. He's not going to miss that. So here it is. The kick from Tokley. This time definitely goes through. They'll make it 27-0. Great start for the Wolves, Matty C. We're talking about today their final regular season game as a club, and you got to think they're a bit extra. There's got to be some extra motivation for this team this year to go out on a high. Hopefully for Jason Ray as well. It's his last year coaching.
Yep.
A high for him. Try and win their 3rd championship in a row. It looks like they're a lot more motivated since they made that announcement 2 weeks ago.
It does, and I think the announcement was a little timely as well. We'd spoken to Jason Ray a lot about this over time too, how he's always kind of threatening, man, I've been in this league so many seasons, I don't know which one will be my last doing it. He's got a young family, so like there's a lot of reason for him to want to go and invest time in things that aren't football. After he's saying, 22 total seasons, he's been around the league for a very long time.
Kick off out of bounds there, Matty. See, yeah, 22 years, like 25 seasons, because some seasons had 2 years as well. Like you had juniors and seniors, for example. This year, Matty C had a few seasons. That's like 3 total seasons in this year alone. And yeah, you've had quite a few of those, and we'll get a re-kick here as the kickoff went out of bounds. But yeah, it's a lot of work. 30 state games as well. He's gone everywhere in playing and coaching. So.
Yeah.
Really, a great career, Matty. See,
a huge contributor to this league over a long time. And, I mean, you can't do those sorts of things without making decisions or proposing ideas that aren't popular with everybody in the league. And he sort of is aware of that, but he would like to think that maybe the legacy of the good things he's done in the league will well outlive some of those.
As Godding gets chased down again by Silvera, but goes away from him. Silvera gets in there, and so does a great kick coverage for Godding. Matty, see, I'm just watching Silvera, just watching him off the kickoff. He's running so much faster than everyone else.
Well, and he's running with joy as well. Like, he's just so glad to be out there. Doesn't that count for a bit?
Yeah. He's just running full speed. That's just the first thing. That's why I'm just talking about him. It's just the first thing I can see across the screen. It's just Joy Silvera running down. Just trying to be the first guy. I'm watching the replay again. Gets through the blocker again. Just incredible.
Well, and we knew that he was going to be deployed sort of gently, ramp him up, because it's been a long time since he's been out there getting a lot of contact. But, mate, once you do get the door thrown open to get out there, it would be very easy to be excited to be out there.
I'd love to see him on offense before the end of today. 1st and 10 coming up. Dutton, handoff goes to Morris, and Matty C. Probably heard us last time to go to run the first play.
Here we go.
A couple yards.
Here we go. A couple of yards. Another positive start. So that's 2 first downs on their last drive, 27 total yards. And it had come after some really difficult drives. 3 drives where they made a few yards, couldn't get a first down on their opening one. And then they ended up with 2 yards and went for negative yardage. It's good to see them just start on a positive foot.
2nd and 8 coming up. 3 receivers to the bottom, receiver at the top. Morris in the backfield, who had that 2-yard gain just a few moments ago. Back to throw, Dutton. Quick one, incomplete. Flag was down immediately. Offsides on the defense.
Yeah, there we go. So a couple of free yards here, and don't mind that. Only 1 penalty assessed against the Stars so far, but this is now the 3rd penalty assessed against the Wolves. All penalties, though, of the 5-yard variety.
And probably, Matty C, a good chance again, maybe, to see that run game.
Maybe. I mean, you're now in 2nd and 3. Every play in your playbook is designed to get you at least 3 yards. So you've got the entire thing to work with here, and a good chance to just use a play that you really love, because you know you can go back and try again on 3rd down if you don't get what you want. But if you do get what you want, off you go. First down, the drive keeps alive.
So here it is, 2nd and 3. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Flynn alone at the top. Morris in the backfield. Dunn waits a snap. Defense chance go up. Dutton fakes the snap. Under pressure. Here's the run. And he's going to have to beat out Reed to the edge. He is close to the marker, but he does get it in the end. They do give it to him.
Yeah, I think they got the spot right there too. Like, very close to that, to the 45-yard line. But I felt he got across the 45-yard line, and they've marked him out there. He did a good job avoiding contact to get that yardage as well.
He was definitely over the 45 by about a yard or two, Matty C.
Now Dutton with 3 rushes and 11 yards for his effort.
So bring up 1st and 10. Going with the run this time, Matty C. Looks like the run game starting to really build in.
2 runs and a penalty. They'll get you the yardage. No worries.
1st and 10 coming up. Dutton's going to go back to throw this time. Looking, and after hesitation finds Miller. And Miller is going to get a good gain. Boy, Matty C, they're really finding something in Jacob Miller today.
Yeah, and he looks great. They're going to mark him for about 9 of the yards, and he just did everything he could to try and get as far down the field while using the width of the field. And Noble, not used to being sort of beaten like that. I think there's a bit of personal pride from him on making sure he hung on to some part of him to make sure he didn't get away. Just a really nice first step from Miller to get around that corner.
So 2nd and 1 coming up here. down 27-0. Stars building some positive momentum in the last couple of drives, but they just need to get in the red zone. So 2nd down and 1 coming up. So Dutton with Morris in the backfield. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Got Flynn to the top. Back to throw. Looking under pressure from Reed. Gets away. Goes
Oh my
through.
gosh.
Dutton for the first down. Unbelievable. Left side. 1 man to beat it. Phillips. He's going down near the 20-yard line.
Oh my God. I'm going to get about a 24-yard gain.
Wow.
On what looked like at one point, it was going to be a 10-yard loss. Just
And
incredible.
Sturt is down. He's got to hobble off the field. He was
Yeah.
trying his hardest there to get Dutton down, but Dutton just beat the entire defensive line, found space. The only guy that could stop him was Phillips in the end.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Sturt comes off
Wow.
looking like he's got a core muscle injury, not looking very comfortable. But here we go. It Stars now with a 4th first down from their last 2 drives, and that easily their biggest play of the game. Twice as long as their previous longest, which was a 12-yard pass to Miller.
Yep.
We're going to give Dutton 23 yards on that run.
Unbelievable. We talked about Dutton not really running it, Matty C. Well, he's really run a couple plays in a row. 1st and 10 coming up.
We'll come back to that. I got something to say on that.
Handoff here. Morris going through. Morris is going to get a couple of yards. He's going to get taken out. Good tackle made there. Matty C by Tom Wills.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to give him 3 to maybe 4 yards on that. But we were talking a little bit about before about, maybe the stakes not being so high in this one, but them being like, well, actually, once you strap a helmet on Dutton and get him over that white chalk,
Yeah.
he just will not accept the idea of take it easy.
Yeah.
And that is exemplified right there. That is the most George
Yeah.
Dutton play you will ever see.
For sure. I mean, he's had so many of those type of plays this year. We played quarterback really out of position for him compared to last year. It's a whole new position. So 2nd and 6 coming up. We'll see what they can do. Get back to that in just a second. Back to throw. Looking over the middle for Flynn. Contact
Oh.
before. Was there
Did
a
he hold
kick?
it?
Yes, they're
He
going to
did?
give it to him. Great job there. Downloads. Wills, Matty C.
My gosh, he's just been so good this year, Tom Wills. And that is not good. That is exemplary. Like, what a great set of hands. He just got his hand
wow.
underneath, keeps it off the ground.
And he holds it up for the ref to see, just to let the ref know.
Well,
that's
and
out
Butters
the
was
catch.
right there, too. He had the best position to see. And what a terrific play. And that brings to the end of that drive, which was really shaping up to be a nice drive. They got themselves into the red zone for the first time today. And immediately, it's all turned around now with that intercept.
Yeah, and you couldn't see it off camera, Matty C, but Wills just bumped Flynn a little bit off his route. All legal, though. But just disrupted the route, and he made the play. Just great corner play there, Matty C.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Handoff here. Dorje looking to get away. He's still going. Gets to that 1st down marker. I think they'll give it to him.
Let me close. I mean, God, he
Yeah, they will.
is a tough runner, isn't he? Just, there's nothing sexy about how he does it.
11 yards on that
He's
one.
not graceful, but he is just so determined.
And he
That's
just
his 8th
runs.
rush today, too. His last 2 have been for 10 or more.
And the heart of a lion there, Matty C.
He's fantastic. It's so easy to cheer for, isn't he?
Yeah. 1st and 10 coming up here from the 19. 2 receivers either side here for the Wolves. And Phillips awaits a snap. Goes back to throw. Looking over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Chow. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, it was always behind, like too low for Chow. But, again, there's sort of safety in just throwing it to a spot where there was nobody. It was in danger of making that a problem. But I like that even though they've got this, they've got a solid lead, 4-score lead. They're down in their own end. They're on about the 18, 19-yard line. Their first play is to just try and lob out a 20-yard pass. I love that. That's positivity right there.
2nd and 10 coming off here for the Wolves. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. 2 receivers at the top. Dorje in the backfield. He's got Smith and Evans at the top of the screen. Dugdale and Chow at the bottom. Got to see Evans move in motion. Phillips rolling that way. Looking. Oh, great catch by Evans. And Evans gets taken out by Gunning close to the marker.
That's There's just a deliciousness about the way that ball went straight into the gloves, isn't there? It just looks so effortless but delicious at the same time. Tristan Evans, second nice catch there for him today. Goes and gains 9 yards.
3rd and 1, Matty C. We've seen them in this position before. They did convert it with a 16-yard run there by Dorje last time they were in this position. It'll be 3rd and 1. Phillips, hand off this time, and it'll go straight through with Cheetah, and Reece Cheetah back to running the football, Matty C. Gets a good gain of about 7.
Yeah, and gee, powerful running. Powerful running. We're going to see the Wolves take a timeout as we're in the late stages of the second quarter here, and they're looking like they might want to try and get down there and see if they can get one more score before the half. First carry for Cheetah today. Prior to that, it had been 8 carries for Lion in the running game, and a really nice carry there. As you say, gains about 7 yards. What's great, too, is their passing game. They started with a whole bunch of nice completions. There were 5 of 6 or thereabouts for Phillips to open the game. Then he had a lean period where he went about 4 without making a reception. But here he is now at this stage of the game. He's got 9 completed passes from 14 attempts. Nice and solid. And around 150 yards in receiving.
1st and 10 coming up. That's just great blocking as well. Both those 3rd and 1 players, Matty C, just very great blocking. By the left side of the offensive line as well.
Yeah, you like to see that. Their offensive line is, it's been a real strong part of this team for many years. And you see some of the experienced guys on there, folks we've seen play in Monarchs jerseys too. Guys like Opie, Adam Opliger over there has always been pretty strong on that offensive line. But this side of the line too, where it's Ray and Thompson, this side of Tom Matthews, they've been great.
Phillips, Dugdale, incomplete. Boy, 2nd down coming up, Matty C. And Dugdale tried to get that left hand out, but just couldn't get it.
Well, and as that was happening too, you could see, I don't think Dugdale's got position, but I was watching Max Clark, who's number 5, the safety there, as he was coming across. I thought he was in the best position, and it was just at his reach as well. So a little fortunate there for Matty Phillips getting out of jail with that one.
2nd down coming up, and 10 yards to go. Cheetah in the backfield, back to throw. Phillips, pump fakes, over the middle. Smith, incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 10. Boy, you don't see Phillips and Smith miss a throw like that.
Oh. I mean, the 3 previous catches for Smith have all been touchdowns. So
Yeah.
we're going to see something unique there. Either a catch that wasn't a touchdown or an incomplete pass to Smith. And, you get the incomplete pass, but I don't think that's going to discourage Phillips from going to Smith. And Smith will still feel hot to trot.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure there. It forced Phillips to throw it behind. Going to go up, looking for Smith. Doesn't go for it. And it's going to be a run. And here goes Phillips. He reaches, but he will only be about 2 yards short. Be 4th down, and Phillips is a bit slow to get up, but he's okay.
Yeah, I don't even think they're going to give him credit for reaching that ball out as forward progress. I think they're just going to say where his body got to. But he had done that thing where he got out to this side and he's like, actually, I'm in a position to throw this, before he realised, no, I'm actually over the marker and I can't throw it. It'd be an illegal forward pass at this point. So, tucks it back down. And I mean, he made it look like he had more time than he really had as well. It was really interesting to watch.
And with that play, Matty C, we reach a 2-minute warning, be 4th and 3 here. See if they go for it.
I mean, gosh, I would.
I
Wouldn't
would.
you? Yeah.
You're up, and
Well,
want to get some reps.
Big score. It's not like you're near your own goal line. You're out over your own 40. This is a great opportunity to just go for it. Why not? See what happens. And, you're in danger of keeping the drive alive. And at worst, you're handing the ball over a long way from your goal line.
4th and 3. Let's see what they can do here. Phillips awaits the snap. Morris showing blitz. Morris will bring that blitz. And that was tipped by Morris on that. And it'll bring a turnover down. Great play from the veteran.
Yeah, and that is about as Kyle Morris of a play as you could hope for. He gets through the line and he has the savviness to get his hands up. That's something you don't often see younger players who come through to do. It's very much a veteran play to have the awareness to do that. And that makes a difference, because otherwise the ball sails over his head and you're still in danger of that being a completed pass. Not on Kyle Morris's watch, mate.
Yeah, Morris, Matty C. We've seen him do it over the years for the Wolves and now the Stars. Just an incredible player.
Yeah, just one of the better edge rushers we've got in the entire league as well. So
Yeah.
just a veteran, savvy, strong, all those superlatives. They will be on Kyle Morris's football card.
I want the Valley see next week. We see him and Simmons. That would be an incredible defensive line. You have Clark as well. As 3 great veteran defensive linemen as you can get. 1st and 10 coming up. Dotted looking, floats it. Miller again. Miller for the first down, gets out of bounds. Smart play there.
That play's been working all day. Just all day. That is a mismatch for Miller against Noble, where Noble just hasn't got the first step to keep up. He can get the speed up, but that first step is too good, and he goes and gains 8 yards, and it's the 3rd time we've seen him run that play. 12 yards, 9 yards, 8 yards. So Noble's getting savvy to it, and he's been able to reduce the impact on it, but it's always there. That play's always there.
Timeout Stars. They have 2 left. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Didn't get all the way there, Madison, but got close enough. He's trying to stay in bounds as well to get it, but he also had to preserve time.
And after those first 3 drives from the Stars that only gained 1 total yard, they've had 2 drives since then, 27 yards and 57 yards. The last drive ends with that intercept when they were doing so many positive things. They've grown into their game a bit.
Yeah.
The scoreboard definitely says that they're getting outstripped, but it's kind of good to see that even though in the face of the scoreboard, they're still trying to find ways to do positive things, and they're going to need to be able to execute regardless of what's happening on the scoreboard next week.
Yeah. They have to get themselves in game shape here. 2nd and 2 coming up. See what they can do with the Stars. 3 receivers at the bottom. Receiver at the top is Flynn. Dotted going to pitch it back. Here's Morris. And Morris to the edge. He'll get there, but there was a hold, Matty C.
Yeah.
You can clearly see Noble was throwing his hands up as Miller was blocking him. I think that's where they're going to call that flag.
That's not a block. He just had him by the breastplate, and he just had his hands all in there, and he's like, I'm not letting you go. I'm just not letting you go. And that's the other mismatch, is Miller's too fast for Noble on that first step, but Noble's too strong. So if your job is to block him, you're only going to be able to do that for so long before Noble's got the advantage on you. He's a savvy veteran too. He's got a move maybe you don't have. And the longer a play goes like that, the more likely you are to have to hold when you're in the physical disadvantage.
And 2nd and 2 becomes 2nd and 12 after that play.
It's only their first defensive penalty as well. The other one they had was just 12 men on the field very early on, first play of the game. Very, very clean game generally for this Stars team. That's their first offensive penalty.
2nd and 12. Back to throw. Looking over the middle. Gunning! He got it! He caught it all the way. Touchdown! Stars! Unbelievable catch. Gunning going all the way to the end zone, Matty C.
I'm such a fan of that. That's a 45-yard pass, and it's the first catch of the day for Clayton Gunning. And as that ball was going in, it was a 2-on-1, but I just kind of whispered real quietly, got him. And he did. He just threaded that ball between, and Gunning just wanted it more. Just a terrific play. That's going to be a touchdown I think Clayton Gunning's going to remember for a long time.
Wow, he got through Lewis and Noble, Matty C. 2 great defenders there. Just an incredible catch and run.
Yeah, it's so entertaining, and it's exactly what the game needed.
And they're going for 2. Stars receive the second half kickoff as well. So great momentum builder here for Dotton and his team. Handoff, and Morris will be short. Didn't move much there on that one. Remained 27-6.
What a fantastic play. 45 yards, drills it between 2 defenders.
Just what
Gunning
you love.
wants it more. He turns, he gets upfield.
It's what we
He
love
does
as
just enough to
receivers.
get in the end zone. Everything about that play I just love. Everything
We
about
love
it.
him. Oh my goodness. I mean, wow. 2-on-1, Matty C. He was right in the middle of both of them. He wrestled the ball away from Lewis and just got through Noble at the end as well. And wow, just great play.
And you could just see too the way that Dutton had let that thing go. It just had a lovely spiral. It had power. He knew exactly where he wanted to get it to. It was just you could see that play was going to come off, even though he was throwing into a 2-1.
As here are the Stars kickoff unit. Smith deep to receive.
Oh, Oh, God, kick it away from him, jeepers. The guy's already got 3 receptions for 3 touchdowns. He's got more than 80 yards of receiving. Kick it away from him. Whatever you do.
Unbelievable.
Just kick it to one of these linemen on the 50. Just kick it to one of them. Just anything but to Damon Smith.
Yeah, or even kick it out of bounds, Matty C, sometimes. That's what they used to say about Devin Hester. Just kick the ball away from Devin Hester, even out of bounds.
Get in the crowd. Who cares? As long as it's not the Hester. Well, same for Smith, because the very first play of the day for Damon Smith is a 49-yard touchdown grab, and you go, well, that guy's going to be unstoppable today now. Like, he's going to feel 10 foot tall and completely bulletproof.
So here it is. Dotted. Kicks it off. And Smith watches that go out of bounds. Matty C.
At the
what-
15.
what-
Yep. Keep it away from him.
I can't believe it, Matty C. I did like think they were did think that was going to actually be the strategy.
You do
there.
not kick it to Damon. Do not do it.
Just don't do it, yeah.
You know how there's some things that you know are going to happen in, like, movies, like the killer's going to be hiding behind the door, under the bed or whatever. Like, same here. Well, you know where the killer is. We can see it. Just don't invite him in.
Yeah. And they're going to kick it off again from the 30 this time. And Dotted kicks it away. Smith is going to catch it on the run.
Oh,
And here it is.
Inviting
big
danger.
block. Was that illegal? No, it was not. No flags for that. Smith is dancing around. Oh, take it down very well, Matty C. And boy, hanging on for dear life. A great tackle made.
yeah, I reckon that's Max Clark.
Clark, as he said, Matty.
It's the most Clark you can be.
Yeah.
Maximum Clark.
Whether it's Grant or Max, big hits from all the Clarks.
Yeah.
There's a flag down on the field. I think
Just
it
at
was
the end
that,
of the play, yeah.
I think it was that. One of the blocks there on the walls. It's going to be holding. Holding on the walls. Bring it up. Great place, Matty C, to be as well. For the Stars defense, the Wolves offense, one timeout to work with.
Yeah.
See what they can do. You know, Phillips has a deep ball in him. Probably, I'd say I'd seen him throw for about 50, 60 yards, Matty C. Have to ask him how long he can. I bet he can do it if he needs to. Gets it to Smith, and for the
Nice.
first time today, he catches it but doesn't get a touchdown, Matty C.
Gee, and that's tough, isn't it? The first time you make a catch, it's not a touchdown. Oh, it's hard. Nice hands from Smith there too. Gets about 8 of the yards they need.
2nd and 2 coming up. Phillips said, hurry up. Looking that way again. Smith versus Natsuma. And Natsuma does enough to disrupt it. Smith
Yeah,
was in
he's
his
never
reach.
getting a flag for that, but he's looking for one. And Natsuma does a good job. He was never in contact with Smith. Smith starts to slow down. Natsuma starts to turn. There's nothing wrong with it. Smith
Yeah.
knew he'd beaten Natsuma, but the ball was never going to get there. So what he had to do was try and find a way to get under Natsuma, and he's allowed to be there. You can't just throw yourself on the ground and hope to get the flag for that. So it was just good defensive play, and this is what I mean about Natsuma. He's really grown as a corner. He's been fantastic this year.
And this time he's lined up against Jack Chow. 3rd and 2 coming up. Phillips back to throw. Looking all day. Over the middle. Dugdale incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, and there you go. Nice short drive. Just try and move that ball. See if you can. If you can't, no big deal. Kick the ball away.
Gosh, imagine if the Stars could get something crazy like a crazy return or block punt here at Matty C. We'd have a ball game in our hands.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a little time, right? They're not going to send... Yeah, okay, they're going to put...
They've got Tokley there.
Yeah, there you go. I was just sort of looking back, and they just sort of didn't look like they were sending out a recognised returner, but now they've got Gunning back there.
Timeout.
Last
Wolves.
time out of the half for the Wolves.
And let's see where they go. 4th and 2. Did I think about it, Matty C?
I mean, it's such a short gain to get. You only need a couple of yards. So, I don't know, there's probably a part of me that thinks about having a go.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still sending Tokley out, and Phillips is out there too, but only because Phillips is the long snapper. But don't know, there's part of me that's like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah. But who knows? Would Tokley run for a first down, Macy? I'd love to see that.
You know, I would too.
Haven't seen
I'm
him.
going to ask
run.
him about that after the game too and just go, hey, mate, does it ever come in your mind?
Yeah,
Try and
here
pass
he
the
is.
touchdown
He's going
for a
to kick
two-pointer?
it. And that was a little shorter, but in a dangerous area. Oh, wow. Takes
it.
a Stars bounce, and they'll get the ball to 45. Still a bit of time to work with Matty C for Dutton. We've seen them come up short 2 drives in a row. Then they got the touchdown. Can they build the momentum? They get a touchdown, and they get the ball start the second half. This game could still very well be on.
I mean, this is the thing, right? You're going to end up, you know, you're still trailing by 3, but you've got a chance. You've got a chance. And, 45 yards, they haven't found it easy to move the ball. But, the last couple of drives, they have had some success. So, I don't know. I just kind of wonder if they can pull it off.
Yeah, it'd be a bit tough here, Matty C. You'd expect it to be under around 30 seconds left as well, around that sort of time range.
But the last 3 drives, 27, 57, 43.
Over the top, Gunning, pushed out of it, and incomplete. Flag down at the end. Flag down at the end. Was it caught?
It's making a case, and it's already been ruled incomplete.
There's a flag down around that area. Was it a push out beforehand? There was a bit of contact.
There was a lot of contact. I mean, I don't know who you throw a flag against here, but it's
Wow, against the defense, and I think Matty C.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
That's
left
Damon
arm
Smith.
extension again. Like he just pushed off Gunning a little bit, and before he went onto the ball, we usually see that offensive pass interference. That's how you usually get offensive pass interference, Matty C. You saw it down on the defense.
There you go, and a 15-yard penalty for DPI. In this league, that's a maximum you can have. It's part of the IFAF rules, whereas you'll see on the NFL that they'll assess that at the spot of the foul, but here it's a 15-yard maximum penalty. So that moves the ball from the 45 to the 30, but it just goes to reinforce. They've got a good chance here.
Yeah, and he threw that about 25 yards in the air, Matty C. So you can see Dutton. He could probably get this into the end zone if he absolutely needs to. He's going back to throw, steps up, unloads it,
It's a rainbow.
Flynn! Oh, just out of his reach. Just out of his reach. Got to think there's 1 or 2 plays left in the half.
Yeah.
They're throwing it up there. Dutton gets the call of the play sheet. Everyone running in, but is the incomplete pass, so the clock is stopped.
Was an incomplete pass, and I sort of wonder if just incomplete pass, you just leave it as it is. But if Flynn catches that, whether he gets an offensive passing interference penalty against him, because he was doing a lot to try and keep the corner away from him by having his arms extended. And I just kind of wonder if when it's incomplete, you can just let it go.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Back to throw, Dutton looking under pressure from Reed.
JK
Throws
was
it
onto
up
him
there,
too.
incomplete. Jackson Reed with the pressure. That is going to end the half. We go to halftime. Wow. Incredible though, Matty C. Keeps his team in it, George Dutton. Jackson Reed does enough to disrupt the pass. There's no one in the middle. And it'll be incomplete. Miller was probably the closest receiver. There's about 10 yards of separation. Reed's pressure just threw off the timing of that play.
Yeah, and he ends up throwing it into the middle of the field where there's absolutely no one in a blue jersey. But an exciting way to end the half. Dutton ends up with 93 total yards of passing and then that intercept. But he also has the touchdown, which is the 6 points for the Stars here.
Yeah, a few players down on the
Yeah,
ground.
Zhao Lee's still on the ground. He's looking a bit exhausted. And
Well,
rightly, you might be
Last play
exhausted,
went on
mate.
forever.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But the pass to run distribution has sort of shifted a fair bit. It's now sort of 10 rushes to 16 passes, and some of that's as the half goes on, and you start to try and do what you can to try and force as many yards as you can with the least time penalty, which is what passing will do. It's incomplete, it stops the clock. But mate, those last couple of drives. They went from not being able to move the ball at all in the first 3 drives to being able to move the ball with much more efficiency, 127 yards across those last 3 drives. That's a lot more like it.
And a great way to end the half. Stars rolling with a little bit of momentum. The Wolves, though, in command and control, 27-6. We'll see you guys in a few minutes after the halftime break.
Lovely. I'm going to get some warm food.
Yes, I
Yo.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we're back for the second half here. The Wolves kicking off here to the Stars. Apologies, everyone, if I'm sounding a little sick. That hay fever's really killing me today.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Poor bugger.
Yeah, that vocal range ain't there, but Toku's kicking is there for sure. And here is Gunning. Gonna take it away.
It's Hardy.
Oh, Hardy, shall I say. Yes, Matty C.
Oh.
Great tackle. Pushing it back. He rolls away.
No.
He's going to turn it upfield and gets pushed out eventually. Great defensive coverage, Matty C.
Yeah, nice job there. That's the Nick Mattress move. We see
Yeah.
that one really often. I kind of like seeing someone else pulling that one
I
out.
was thinking of that play, Matty C, where he took it. It was like, oh, what's his name? Gosh. Dante Hall. Yes, I was trying to think. It's
There
like
you
that
go.
Dante Hall play from last year. I remember doing that comparison. I taught Nick who Dante Hall was as well. Yeah, that one play where Dante Hall went back, it almost happened. I was thinking about that during like the halftime for
go.
some reason. So
There you go.
try to
Well,
remember.
Nice return from Hardy there. He picks up on about his 3, gets it out there on the 16 to start. And mate, they had a bit of momentum in their drives late in the half, man. Jot, what do you think you're going to see from them to start the second half, mate?
Oh, I think got to start with the run. I think that's where you got to establish it. They're going to do that here with Dodden. Going to throw it over the middle, incomplete. I think he wanted Morris, but he saw that hole plugged up and just took it himself.
Yeah, and a little bit of sort of frustration about that he'd kind of run himself into a spot where that pass rush had gotten into the backfield and he just didn't have time to then set and pass it across to put a pass out there that could legitimately be called a catchable target. But I think he just kind of frustrated himself that he'd done that.
So second down, 10 yards to go, Matty C. See what they do here. 3 receivers at the top, Flynn at the bottom of the screen. Waiting to snap. Man in motion's gunning. Fake it to him, and they'll give it to Morris, and Morris through the middle, Sturt in there, along with a lot of the defensive line.
Yeah, I don't think he got any gain there at all.
Bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like he got back to the line and nothing more. Again, just this defensive line from Garland is so good at identifying the point of attack. And that second row of defenders there, and you got guys like Nicola, Noble, Cheetah. They're all guys they've seen so much. You need to do a really good job of disguising how you're going to create a point of attack. Otherwise, these guys are just going to shut it down quickly.
3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. See what Dodden does here. Back to throw. Looking around. Deep ball. Has got a man! Miller almost had that.
He just had too long to watch it. He had the space, he had the time, and he just watched that ball for too long and just overthought it. That's it. That's the science to that one. He just had too long to look at it.
Wow, Matty C. He had it in his hands, just dropped it. Bring up 4th down. Reed is deep to return this one. So, 4th down coming up. Fourth down coming up. Quick kick here from Dodden. And Reed is going to drop it under some pressure. Oh, he dropped it. The Stars recover it. Unbelievable. Hardy and Gunning were down there. Gunning pressured Reed enough. And there is Hardy. Reed is injured. And bring up 1st and 10. The Stars catch a break.
And they flip the field. Just like that. Flip the field with a play like that. They're going to try and get to the line quickly. They're going to try and put this Gungahlin team under some pressure. I mean, the chain gang aren't even in spot yet on that far side of the field. They haven't even got the marker ready.
Wow. Yeah, they're so eager to get up there,
Yeah.
Matty C.
And I like that. I like the urgency. They've just flipped the field, and they've just put this Gungahlin team under a lot of pressure. And they've got the ball on the 28-yard going in.
Fake. Dodden through the middle. Chopped down low by Cheetah.
Yep, looks like no gain on that one. Just did enough to make sure there was no damage. They need a score. They need a score from this. They've just turned the momentum in the game. They've just flipped the field. They need to score now.
And got to say, big shout out to Canteen, Matty C. You know, bring up a
Big shout out.
Yeah, those loaded fries, Matty C, while we are just covering that punt. Great job. Thank you, Canteen people, all the staff down there.
It is a bit of a cool day down here, but if you get the chance to come down, there's plenty of warm food at that canteen. The Gladiators running the canteen, doing an excellent job as they always do.
Definitely needed it, Matty C. Quick one. Flynn incomplete. Just mistimed it. 3rd down and 10 coming up. They find themselves in this position again, Matty C.
Yeah, just kind of looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there on where that route was supposed to be going, because that pass went high and deep over Flynn, and he was coming towards the goalpost instead of towards the corner.
I think watch for Miller, Matty C.
I mean, that pass has been there all day. We've seen Miller with 3 catches, that howler of a drop, but 3 catches where he's been able to get the ball in that short flat and then turn it upfield to the wide side of the field and do something impressive to get some yardage. I'd be going right back there again. It's him against Noble again over there.
3rd and 10. Darden awaits the snap. Back to throw. Over the top. Incomplete. Hardy was there. Just a little too tall for him. 4th and 10.
Yeah, well, and a good thing that he got his hand up to knock it down too, because Tom Wills was just sitting there ready on that route to take that intercept. So had to turn cornerback himself and break it up. We come up with, it's a 4th down now and 20 on the 28, 10 to go. Haven't picked up a yard since they turned this field over. They'll enjoy the field position, but they need to make Gungahlin pay here.
4th and 10. Morris in the backfield. 3 receivers to the bottom. Flynn one-on-one at the top of the screen. Dodden, let's see what he can do. I reckon, watch for his legs, Matty C. Back to throw. Over, intercepted! Wills with that one. He's got a bit of blocking. Left side, 50 yards away. 30, 20, 10. No one's catching it. Touchdown on the pick 6. The Wolves are back in the end zone. Unbelievable play from Wills.
Unbelievable. It's his 2nd intercept of the day. This one, that's going to be in the range of an 80-yard return. We'll have to get the official number on that later on. Well, a terrific play. And, I mean, that play was never dead either. Wills took that catch in full flight because it was just a little ahead of the receiver. And he's able to turn it around, get upfield, get some blocking. But he is fast, and he really showed what his jets are made of.
And I'm going to put that as about 81 or 82, Matty C.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
Little beyond. Yeah, so let's get it. Let's see. Extra point attempt here for the Wolves after that long return. And Tokley down the middle, as always. 34 to nothing. 34 to 6, Matty C.
And what a wonderful return. An electric play. And it completely undoes everything you've otherwise done, right? You turn the field over and you go from your own 16 to the attacking 28. Then you can't do anything with the ball. And even worse, somehow from that position, you are now about to be kicked off to again. And you're in an even bigger hole than you were before. So it's just kind of this wonderful thing where you all of a sudden have this great piece of momentum rolling, and then it's just undone that quickly.
Unbelievable. Wow. And
So
Will's
weird.
been undercutting a lot of those balls. He's been doing a really good job. Probably put himself in that defensive MVP of the week conversation already.
Yeah, straight away 2 intercepts. That'll do it. He's been everywhere, and I mean, it was only on the play before he looked right to do the same thing. Like, we called that out.
And Tokley kicks it off. Hardy deep to receive. Gonna get it here. It's actually a different place. Miller this time. He's gonna get it out beyond the 30. It's actually clocked there, Matty C. Okay, we eventually got the returner there. Be 1st and 10 from beyond the 30.
Yeah, it does a good job. Gets that ball. Looks like they're going to spot him out sort of near the 33. So a 23-yard return, having picked it up from his 10.
Yeah.
And, like, this will be the 3rd drive of the half for the Stars.
Yeah.
The Wolves haven't had a drive yet. So it's,
And they got points.
Yeah,
It's
and they've
incredible.
got points, and the half is like a minute and a half old, 2 minutes old. Like it's just one of those really strange things.
Another touchdown for the Wolves. You see that rolling clock situation probably come out as well, Matty C. So when the league gets beyond 35, but not in that situation yet. First and 10 coming up. So Stars, after some positive momentum, come out of the break and just get unlucky there with that pick six. Just a great play from Wills to kickstart the Wolves. Let's see what they can do. Can the Stars bounce back from that play there? First and 10 coming up. Back to throw Dunnan. Pump fake over the middle. Intercepted.
Evans.
And here goes Evans. And Evans this time, left side. One man to beat. He won't get around. There's a flag down at the end of the pick on the return.
Wow. And again, just he takes that on the 45 or thereabouts, turns it around, gets downfield, returns it for somewhere in the vicinity of sort of 15 to 20 yards to back-to-back intercepts. It's all of a sudden, once you get one play go against you, it's just amazing how fast you can pile up.
It's a holding on the Wolves on the return. So the interception will count, Macy, but they'll march
Yep.
it back 10. And here's your first drive, Matty C, for the Wolves.
There we go.
So first and 10, their final regular season game, Matty C, and they've scored in many different ways today. Many different players as well scoring. First
They've
and
done it
10.
in all sorts of ways, haven't they?
Unbelievable. And Silvera at the bottom of the screen, Matty C, his first action at receiver. Back to throw. He looks that way. And Silvera, incomplete. Good defensive coverage from Miller.
Yeah, Miller did everything right there too, because he didn't turn around and look for the ball, but he's allowed to hold his ground,
Yeah.
and Silvera is not allowed to go back through him either. So just a really smart defensive play. I like seeing that they went straight to Geordie straight up.
Yeah. And he shows he's got some speed to burn. He got behind the corner. Corner did enough, though. And that's really what matters, Matty C. Even if you're beaten, as long as you get the stop, that's all that matters.
That's it. It's-
So, looks like be second down 10. Still got Damon Smith as well at the bottom of the screen.
Kyle Morris come in from a long way to
And
show
he
that
jumped
blitz.
a little bit. Not called. Dorje can't get past
Nice
Morris.
play.
Morris held on for dear life. There was a flag in the middle of the field. Maybe a holding, Matty C.
It was a nice play by Dorje to duck Clark coming across, because he might have died. He might have died. Clark was coming in hot. But there's a hold, and we're going to roll that one back 10 yards. It'll be second and 20.
Yeah, wow. Stars really doing a lot, Matty C. That defense, really good defensive line. We've been saying it all season. Very much the engine room of that defensive unit.
Well, this offensive unit here is having a little trouble. It's their third holding penalty on the day, and second on this drive, as they had the hold in the return, and now a hold here on a play from scrimmage.
Phillips back to throw, looking, deep ball, going for it, incomplete. Great coverage there, Matty, by Gunning.
Was, and Evans did a couple of weird things there. Like he started to slow down, then speed up, then slow down. Only put one hand out to it because he got himself into a bad position, and then kind of looked around like, well, where's my flag as well? So it's just, I don't know, really uneven play, and I don't think he did enough to earn a flag there, but it'll be third and 20 after that incompletion.
Yeah, and just so you know what the numbers as well, Matty, see Damon Smith moved to number 3, which is the usual number of Jack Marshall this season. As Joey Silvera's back, he gets that number 1. Noble this time at the bottom of the screen. Be third down and long. So Morris and Clark show blitz. Morris falls over. It'll be free play. Looking. Phillips probably wanted them to go deeper. He's going to keep it himself. And Phillips will get that yardage on the penalty, but they'll get an extra down for taking the penalty. So it'll be third and 15.
And there's your call. Offside defense, number 32. And just, Morris was trying to guess the snap. He guessed wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And not the most amount of damage. He was going to get 5 yards on the rush, okay, but he got it's a 5-yard penalty. So they'll preserve the down and just get that yardage from the penalty.
It's a 3rd and 15, Matty C. But Noble at the bottom of the screen, Smith at the top, Dugdale and Evans up there as well. Dorje in the backfield. Phillips awaits the snap. Let's see what they do. Quick one. Noble, first catch here. He's got to turn upfield. Noble will get close to the marker. He's about a couple yards short, but he's brought it into a manageable 4th down situation.
Wow, and a nice block by Friley, getting out off the line and coming all the way out to this side of the field to throw that block. That is an excellent piece of work from the big man to get all the way out here and make that space for Andrew Noble.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replay there, Matty C. Such a big guy, he can move so fast.
Yeah, and just stayed committed to the play. Like, the hope is he can get out there to make that block, but he goes out there and not only makes it, but makes it emphatically, and it just changes the entire outcome of that play.
4th and 3, 12-yard catch there.
Oh,
Whoa,
here we go.
what's
Check out this formation.
Everyone's blocking around. Let's see. Oh, Morris is just going to take the penalty.
Yep. He did exactly what you should do too there. He tried to blame it on the offensive lineman moving. There was no movement, but he did the right thing by trying to sell that.
And they'll get the free 5 yards and a free 1st down, Matty C.
Yeah, and that's getting out of jail, isn't it? When you were 3rd and 15, even after giving away a penalty when it was 3rd and 20, yeah, that's getting out of jail. Getting the 1st down there and moving the ball right to the edge of the 30.
1st and 10 coming up here from the 32. So Phillips, Dorje in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Awaiting the snap. This time Morris times it right, and he'll get to Dorje. Ball's out! But the Wolves, I think, fall onto that.
Yeah, yep, looks like
Yep.
Tom Matthews falls on that one. Well done.
Great play.
And he's got up feeling a bit sore because he ended up at the bottom of a pile there, but he'll be all right, Tom Matthews. You got to do a lot to hurt that guy.
And the 2nd and 11. Great play from Morris. He timed it well this time, Matty C. 2 penalties on the drive against him, but this time, Matty, 3rd time, he gets through. Cheetah in the backfield this
Just kind
time.
of feels like he can learn what your cadence is. Like, that's the experience of a guy like Kyle Morris. Is he spends enough time listening to you, he starts to get to understand the tendencies.
Yes, apologies, everyone. Camera's down a little bit here as Phillips gets around gunning. Phillips down the right sideline, and Phillips gets out at the 10. Apologies, everyone at home. Couldn't show you that vision, but Matt Phillips going down that right sideline, man. You see he's dancing around, getting there.
Yeah, he does a good job of getting there too. He goes from about the 32. He gets spotted down right near the 10, might be the 9-yard line. Great gain.
There you go, guys. The end of the run there, you guys got to see as well. First and goal here, Matty C. Inside the 10, we're at the 9-yard line.
9th first down on the day, and 2nd on this drive after they picked up the last first down by penalty.
And Phillips, Noble at the top of the screen, and 3 receivers at the bottom. Cheetah in the backfield. Flag. Oh, they got kids on the field.
Inadvertent entry to the field.
Yeah.
Just blowing it dead.
Yeah, we got kids on the field. It's all good. Say, try and get them off. They've got them off. First a goal from the 9. Back to throw. Noble's way! Noble! Could not get there. Natsuma on the coverage.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see from this angle, it's a beautiful angle to see that Noble did a good job getting himself in a position to make the play, and Sama does a great job of just being an impediment to the vision. And while the ball hits Noble, he just had no way of knowing when that ball was going to get there.
Oh, and that Sama almost got an interception as well. Both hands on that one. Second goal from the 9. See what they do. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Noble now one-on-one with Miller at the bottom of the screen now. Back to throw Phillips. Looking, steps up, through, back of the end zone, Smith! Incomplete. He stepped out before he could get that.
I'm starting to watch too where Phillips was in relation to the line of scrimmage, because he did enough to dance his way around. I just kind of wondered how far upfield he got him. It looked like he had room to just make the run as well, but then he pulls up and sees Damon Smith toward the back of the end zone. Does the right thing by trying to lob that ball there, but Smithy just out of space.
No flag.
Yeah.
He was behind the line, Matty. See, that was a question answered there by the referee. And that's a legal forward pass. So, looking at it now, 3rd and goal from the 9. Morris was there to make a tackle. I was watching there, Matty. See if Phillips escaped the pocket. So, 3rd and 9 coming up. Smith just moving around. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. 2 at the bottom. Back to throw Phillips. Up there. Near Smith and Dugdale. Incomplete. It's 4th down. You think they bring out Tokley? The wind is going that way, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and they are taking the time out to work out what they're going to do. That play, the whole way, Phillips was watching Smith. As soon as that ball was snapped, and he had Smith in the motion, so he was already in, had some momentum up as he rounded the corner on that wheel after he'd been sending all that motion before the play. Yep. And he just watched that corner the whole way. And at the point where Damon Smith stopped is the point where Phillips threw the ball. And it just kind of feels like maybe it was just up for debate whether that ball was aimed for Smith or for Dugdale. But we've got the kicker out there. You might be about to see Tokley try and lob through a 3-pointer, mate.
Here it is,
Wind
Matty.
slightly at his back.
When he played the Stars in their first meeting this year, he drop-kicked the field goal as well. So he could do it in any which way possible if needed for this football team. No matter what, it'll be an attempt, Matty C, from about 25 yards, you'd say, right?
I'm going to say 28.
28. We'll put it there. He kicks it up, and it is down the middle. Add 3 to the scoreboard. It'll be 37-6. Great job there from Tokley, Matty C. Very dependable. It'll be 37-6, and they'll kick it off now.
He so rarely gets to try the 3-point field goal too, so he's always excited to go out and try that, because the extra points often from the same spot, but your field goal adds variety.
Yeah, you always wonder how long your range is, isn't it, for the kickers? They always wanna test their range. You know, long field goals. I mean, in the NFL, they can kick them at 50. Nowadays, we can see Tokley here, easily 30 to 40 yards. He could do.
Yeah, we've seen them.
Zadrunk as well.
We've seen these boys kick some long extra point attempts too after there've been penalties on extra points, so we know that they've got some distance, and when you see a kickoff like that, it also puts your eyes open.
And here goes Clark. Big run, big return, good tackle down low, Matty C.
Yeah, that's Tristan Evans on the tackle, and he's going to bring him down just outside the 30, just outside the 25. Fielding that on his 3, we're going to give him 24 yards on the return.
Incredible. Let's see what the Stars can do, Matty C. Done a pretty good job this season with the positive momentum they've had. Got themselves into the playoffs. Let's see if they can carry something into next week. First down, 10 yards to go. So Dunn away snap. Morris in the backfield. That's Suma at the top of the screen. 3 receivers at the bottom. See what they can do. Dunn gets a snap. Quick ball. Hardy incomplete. Just tipped it up and batted it down. Couldn't get up there. The 3rd time, Matty C, that we've seen him play like that go too high for Hardy.
You've been trying that jailbreak play a bunch of times today, and it just hasn't quite worked. But also what I sort of like about it is that they continue to try it because they know that there's something there, and they'll eventually pull one off. But for the meantime, just haven't been able to execute. This is the 4th drive for the Stars this half. Had that first drive that they gained 0 yards, they punted away, they recovered the punt, got 0 yards, and then the very first play of the next drive through an intercept. So they're yet to make a yard of offense in the second half on their fourth drive.
So Netsama at the top of the screen, 3 receivers at the bottom. Back to throw, quick line here, and he goes Gunning, and Gunning breaks a tackle. Gunning to the 30, gets taken out by Noble.
Yeah, we just gained 3 yards on that. But again, this is one of those ones where it's similar thing. Just quick decision by Dutton, getting the ball out quickly. When they were moving the ball well in that second quarter was when they were doing things like that. Quick decision for Dutton in a spot that was near the line of scrimmage, not too much further, and just let the ball get into the runner's hands and let him do something.
Third and about 7, Matty C. See what they can do here. Really want to build a positive drive. Think they go to someone like Miller again.
Well, I mean, Miller's definitely been their most worthwhile place to go with the ball. Those 3 receptions he had in the first half for 12, 9, and 8 yards were all on that little stamp out a couple of yards down the field, and then get the ball in his hands and watch him turn the ball upfield and try and make some yardage out of it. It's a safe pass, and it's been effective in the first half.
See what Donny can do. Third and 7. Back to throw. Fakes the pitch. Throws it up there. Nutsama is intercepted again. This defense is Wills for the 3rd time today. Unbelievable game we're seeing from him.
Yeah, that's a 3rd intercept for Tom Wills, and this is like Ben Wells level of taking intercepts. So look at that, he's flashing up the 3 sign, and well might you, Tom Wills. What an exceptional play, and he returns it for about 10 yards.
He's had a game, hasn't he, Matty C? Just an unbelievable game today. Defensive MVP of the week, you'd say. It's probably a lock unless we see something crazy in the next game. It's going to take something crazy.
Careful.
Careful.
You may have just put the wheels in motion for something crazy to happen in the second game here, man, John. Just tread lightly, mate. Especially while you're not feeling 100%, mate. Tread lightly.
Morris rushes it. Incomplete. It's meant for Smith. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
So the Stars still without any yards on offense in this second half, and 3 straight drives ending in intercepts. It doesn't get much worse than that after this team was so good in the second half last week, and especially when they were trying to drag back at 2 different stages last week was a 2-touchdown deficit. It's just so different when you're playing the 2-time defending champs, isn't it?
It is. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Dorjay in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Phillips back to throw. Looking. Deep ball. Dugdale. Oh, what a grab.
He's just so good.
Wow.
He's just so good. A little bit of hand fighting in there. I like that they let it go. Dugdale had position. He had to work really hard to concentrate on making that catch. He gets the ball in. It's going to be spot on the 19-yard line, and a 23-yard gain for Jack Dugdale on his 6th catch of the day.
So bring up 1st down and 10. Inside the 20. Get in the red zone again. And you know the Wolves love to execute from here.
It's 96 receiving yards today for Jack Dugdale. Unbelievable.
Great game from him. Evans goes in motion. Dorjay through. Cannot get through. Grant Clark. Great job by him. Man down on the field, who's also into the tackles, Nathan McKellar.
Yeah, he's been working really hard today. We haven't called his name a lot, but he's definitely been involved at the point of attack quite a lot, and in doing a bunch of just chasing down in the backfield. That little option play, he's often the first to make contact as well, and then we don't talk about it if Phillips keeps or if the play kind of stops for nothing. But so it's been really good to see McKellar in there. He's going to go and take a quick breather now after the timeout was to make sure he's all right. So he's going to spend at least 1 play off. But man, he's been working really hard. He'll probably have really earned that.
So 2nd and 10 coming up here, Matty C, from the 20. So 2nd and 11. So they lost the yard on that one through that great
It's got good penetration. It's really impressive because this offensive line is one of the league's best. So to be getting penetration like that, well done, mate.
So 2nd and 11, Morris lurking around that line of scrimmage. He's going to bring the blitz this time. Back to throw. End zone for Smith will be incomplete. Yep. 3rd down coming up.
And just a lovely job by Max Clark too, because there was always the opportunity for Smith to try and get underneath him, but Clark had position. Yep. He was not giving that up. Just a really savvy defensive back play.
3rd and 11. They're up 31, Matty C, but they always want to be threatening for that end zone.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as the Wolves too, you wouldn't mind getting into that rolling clock situation so you can just accelerate the finish of this game. You're ahead. Nothing's up for debate about the result in this one, and everyone just wants to get off the field in good health.
And still the top scoring team in the country as well, to add to that. 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Phillips looking, dancing around, under pressure. Phillips is going to run for it. He's got the first down and even more. Spins. Touchdown. Unbelievable from Matt Phillips. Touchdown, Wolves.
Oh
Wow.
My God, what a play, what a play. Who would have thought that? He gets to that corner and it's him versus Natsama, and what are you going to do? And he hits the circle button, man, John. Oh, my God.
Can he spin? Yes. Can he hurdle? Yes. Can he juke? Yes. He can do everything Matty C.
It's the 3rd straight week with a rushing touchdown or more for Matt Phillips as well on the ground. 3 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown.
And Matty, that might have been the best of them all. Wow, what a play. Made me speechless.
And now we're in that rolling clock situation. And the extra point.
Just hits it down the middle. It's 44-6. Unbelievable today from the Wolves. And Matt Phillips spinning around Matty C.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sean Tokley now 5 of 6 from the extra points plus the 28-yard field goal as this score jumps out to 44-6. So 38 points now means we are in that rolling clock situation. What that means is that the time clock in the game will continue to run through all stoppages in general play except for timeouts.
Yeah.
And that will remain the case now until the margin is reduced to 34 or less. So just for those playing at home, it will. This last quarter will go by rather quickly.
It will. And here is Tokley. Got to kick this one off. Deepest returner clock. Got Gutting there as well. Got to leave it there. Here's Hardy on this one. Looking right side. It gets taken down. Ball will be at the 25-yard line for 1st and 10. So hopefully Matty C for the Stars, big key for the rest of this game, just avoid any sort of injuries. They've had a couple guys go down today. They've got to back up, but just really hope no injuries for them going into next week's game.
Yeah, and we've been fortunate to see that there's nobody sort of been left forced to leave the game and not return through injury. It's been a nice clean game out there too, only a handful of penalties, generally for things like offsides and that sort of thing. Certainly nothing really vicious or meant to harm out there, which is good. I mean, both teams got a lot to still consider. This Wolves side, it looks like now, you could probably say with some confidence, they're going to be the first team into the Capital Bowl. They come into the week with the advantage on the ladder, and now they win today. So their destiny is going to be sealed thanks to their own win today. And the Stars, I was talking to some Stars before the game. They already knew they were going to be the 3rd place team in that game. It was just a matter of who they're going to play. Yeah, they're pretty excited about that prospect.
So 1st and 10 coming up for Dodden. Back to throw. Looking to pitch it. Gets it to Morris. Oh, no. It's bobbled around. Morris picks it up eventually, but he's going to lose about 10 yards.
Yeah, that could not have gone worse. Could just not have gone worse. Dutton was shaping to sort of do the pitch like a rugby-style pass, and once he got through the gap between the block and the end who was trying to keep the player out, then the pitch still happened. It was just too far in front of him. So that ball rolls back, and they're going to spot him at about it looks like about the 12. So they're going to lose probably about 8 yards on that one. And
13.
Here we go. 13 yards, sorry. And here we go. It's the end of the quarter. In this last quarter, we'll see it rocket by.
Yeah.
But the one time I got to play in a finals game here in the ACT, I was part of a 3rd place team who had just kind of surprised a bit late in the season, and we got a win on in a week where we weren't really expected to win, and it got us into that 3rd spot. And what was really fun about that for the team, we were not a super successful team, so for us it was a real big leap. It was a real sense of occasion for the club that I was with at the time, the Astros.
Yeah.
And what's exciting in that is that we were going in 3rd, and we were probably lucky to be 3rd, so there was no expectation. And we got all the excitement and all the occasion, but we didn't have any of the pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's great for the Stars here is that they already know they're going to be in that game, and nobody expects them to win. But that's kind of the great thing is that they get to take on that sense of occasion. They get to bring their best shot. They get to rise to this this playoff level of football, and there's no bad result. They either leave with a bunch of great experience from that occasion and feeling like they really belong at that level of football, or they win. It just doesn't get better than that. So they're very excited about that prospect next week.
Indeed, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 23. See what they do here. Done and away to snap. Back to throw. Pump fakes. Dotted goes deep.
He's got him.
He's got Gunning! Gunning with the catch over the middle. One man to beat it. Noble gets chased down from behind. What a brilliant tackle coming in from behind. But that's going to be a first down. Wow, what a play, Matty C. But what a great tackle as well. I think that was Reed on that one. Unbelievable. Or Evans, actually, on that one. Just a brilliant tackle. Wow.
Yeah, it was Tristan Evans who got the wheels on to chase him down. Noble was doing a good enough job of just making him change his line and make him go long and wide, and that just gave enough time for Evans to chase him down. It's a 58-yard catch, and as soon as he popped that in the air, mate, he's got him, and he did. He just had the opportunity to see where that ball was going. He hadn't turned his corner around, so he had the advantage of knowing where the ball was.
Handoff. Morris is going to get stood up here. Wow. Good tackle there, Matty C. Saw Sturt coming in there at the end as well. But Noble really stood him up. It'll be 2nd down, about 8. It's those type of plays that make the Stars a really dangerous team for next week, especially for the Centurions, Matty C. Seen them play them close a couple times. Can fire off a few warning shots with a couple late touchdowns here.
I mean, you know that the result's out of reach, right? So all you can do is look to execute. And, I mean, what a wonderful play to execute on. But you want to see more than just flash plays, right? You want to get back to still just doing some really good football. This quarter's going to run away from you quick. So here's a great chance to get some free live scrimmage plays against a good team.
And here's Hardy. He gets his catch, but wills his way down. Wow, Matty C.
He's been so good today. He's been so good today. Not even good. He's been great today.
This is a generational defensive performance, you could say, Matty C. Just one of those ones. You're DB. You wake up in the morning. You dream of performances like that. A catch of no yards there. Wow.
Unbelievable. And you can hear Nick Mattress down on the sideline with his crazy chanting going on down there. And in doing that, we just seen Jackson Reeds come off the field. And look who's out there at this near side defensive end. Jordy Silvera. Not bad. Yeah. I don't know if I'd really want to be up against Jordy Silvera. I'm tired. He's fresh. Yeah. I'm not big. No, that guy he's a specimen.
So let's zoom at the bottom of the screen where the dangerous Wills is. 3 receivers at the top. Darden awaits to start.
Yeah, and Wills would feel like a receiver at this point, wouldn't he? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Back to throw. Darden looking. Gonna test him out. Natsuma! Wills! Number 4! Number 4! What a day! He's done it again. 4 picks on the day for Tom Wills.
And that one's even better. It goes for the touchback. You get 23 yards for that one. Not only do you erase what might have been a touchdown, you get possession, you get 20 yards. It's like a triple threat, that play. And Tom Wills was the favorite for that ball.
It's Tommy Island out there with those 4 interceptions, Matty C.
Wow. And here he is flashing up to the camera. Count them. 4. Well done, Tom Wills.
He's having a game. I called it generational earlier, Matty C. Generational is probably the word you'd want to use here. 1st and 10. 4 picks. An 82-yard pick 6 as well. Unbelievable day for Tom Wills. Quick carry here.
Lewis.
Oh, here goes Lewis. Lewis, 1 man to beat. Down to the 45.
Yeah, that's an excellent run. 34 yards on your first touch as a running back today when usually you're out there as a defensive back. Owen Lewis, his background's in rugby league, and you can just see how well he reads play in front of him with the ball in hand.
Stars players down right now. It's not what we want to see for them going into the playoffs next week, Matty C. But unbelievable. The Wolves. Tom Wills, Matty C. This is a day you dream of as a kid. I mean, we had Panaccio 2 pick sixes in a row on 2 plays. Like, those sort of things as defenders. You know, Rain Nang having a ton of sacks. Donnie Saunders having a ton of sacks. You know, Grant Clark recovering a fumble at the end zone. We've seen it all this year for the defenders.
I mean, yeah, you really got to take your hat off to Tom Wills. We said on the play before that 4th intercept, he'd feel like a receiver right now. And then there he is.
Right,
he's got the 2nd most receptions from the hand of George Dutton today. Unbelievable.
First down, 10 yards to go. 5 picks for that defense to Wolves, by the way.
And 4 in a row. 4 drives in a row.
And here goes Phillips. We saw him use the spin move last time. He gets there. There's a flag down around where the block and the tackle happened in the end, so we'll see what that one's for. It's got to be against the offense.
And there you go. 4th holding penalty against the Wolves. It's their 8th accepted penalty against them today.
Bit to think about before the Capital Bowl, Matty C.
But so that hold happens about 7 yards into the run, so they take 10 yards off that, makes it about 2nd and 13 thereabouts. Just to explain why the yardage is now going to be 1st and 13, because when you see something like that, it's a bit weird.
So 1st down and 13. 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom, including Silvera. And they'll get it to him. His first catch. And Silvera, boy, he wants to put his fist into someone. And he's going to get the 1st down. A great play from Jordi Silvera for 13.
That's an excellent run, and immediately gets the ball in his hands. You can hear Coach Ray down here going, there you go, Geordie. He goes and picks up 12 yards. Lovely, lovely play.
And Matty, you know he wanted the contact there.
You know he did.
He wanted to stiff arm someone or just do anything there.
Yes, put him into next week, Derrick Henry style.
Exactly. 2nd down and 1 coming up. Cheetah in the backfield. Fake it to him. Here goes Phillips. Phillips running through. 1 man to beat. Stiff arm. Doesn't get through, but he gets down. A great run again for Matty Phillips. Matty C.
Yeah, what a terrific run. He goes from the 37. He's taken that one right down well inside the 15-yard line, looking really strong. And do you see the contact on the defender? He just goes and plants his palm right in the middle of the guy's helmet. That's a delicious feeling as the ball carrier getting to do that. And poor Max Clark has got to kind of recoil and throw his arms out and just try and hang on to any bit he can. He succeeds, but not before Matty Phillips can go and pick up 25 yards.
Way to stop. Phillips rolls left. Looking, endzone, Silvera! Touchdown, Wolves! He's back, Matty C. He puts the score up to the 50 mark.
Bang, there you go. And just that simple. Matty Phillips with the pass, and Jordi Silvera looking like he hasn't missed a minute. That's just exactly how Silvera was playing the very last time we saw him on this very field. Just making space, catching balls, and making it hard for defenders to do anything about it.
Unbelievable. 50 points to 6, Matty C. They've hit the 50-point mark again. 3rd or 4th time this season. We'll have to count it up. But here is Tokley right down the middle. And Matty C, with that, for certain, this whole performance today, their 2nd minor premiership in a row. For those playing at home, they go for their third championship in a row, but they didn't win the minor premiership the first time around in 2023. They came from 2nd to win it. But this time, Matty C, it is going to be a 2nd minor premiership in a row for this Wolves outfit. Got it done last week in what was probably the deciding game. And an unbelievable performance today, Matty C. 51 on the board.
Yeah, and they've done it a few times this year. Gone and put up scores of well over 40. They've just been so clinical and clean out there. And, I mean, this is a team that's been able to do a lot of that without, the presence of a guy who we've just seen make an impact like Jordi Silvera just there on that drive. They're also just, it doesn't really seem to matter what personnel they've got out there. They're just so good. They're so disciplined. They're so well coached. And they're on their way to another Capital Bowl appearance, 5 in a row.
Gosh, imagine just watching this kickoff, by the way. It's going to be a touchback. And just imagine being like the 6th, the 7th, the 8th wide receiver on this team, Matty C. You're still a star player. I mean, gosh, they could go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 receivers just deep. And they still making plays.
Oh, and have a look at this today, right? So the 5 guys that have had catch balls, knowing that Nick Mattress not suited up today. It's been Damon Smith, Jack Dugdale, Tristan Evans, Andrew Noble, and Jordy Silvera. Those bottom 3 haven't really been prominent figures in the passing game this year.
Yeah.
It just goes to tell you the depth.
Indeed. So he's still got Mattress, Marshall, a few of those guys there still coming back in. But big to get Jordy Silvera a touchdown catch. His first game back from that injury after being out for about a year.
I guess the name that was earlier in the year too, who's not with the team anymore, was Charlie O'Brien as well. He was a big impact player in the earlier part of the season, but no longer with the team. So just, their depth is amazing, isn't it?
Handoff to Morris. And Reed with tackle down low as well. Great hit first up from Cheetah. Gets back up, Reese Cheetah. Not a lot can take him down, Matty C. Did well with that play to get the stop, gain of 3.
I think he'd tell you what was most likely to bring him down his age. I think that's what he'd tell you. Every time I talk to him, he keeps on complaining about how old he feels. I'm like, yeah, but you keep turning up, mate. And he goes, yeah, I do, don't I? So it's the story of so many guys out there.
Indeed, I love this game.
It's hard to retire, mate. It's hard to
retire.
Don't know
if that Saba was onside. He was, but Miller,
there we go.
He's going to get it, and Miller gets something. With 3rd down coming up. Good tackle down there. It's going to be 3rd down, Matty C.
Yeah, looks like Corey Wales making the tackle. Very nice. Just gets him, drags him to the ground. And that's that play that we saw so efficient in the first half. That pass to Miller. This time round, it'll get you around about 6. So each time it's gone for a little less, but it's still there and it's still a safe play.
Well, Wills goes off the field now after 4 interceptions. Field becomes a little safer until you notice Matt Phillips comes in for him. 3rd and 3. Dutton. Handoff. Morris. Down low. Good hitting. It'll be 4th down. Great job
Gained
again.
about a yard, maybe.
Cheetah, once again, Matty C, getting down low.
Yeah.
What a player he is.
Open that point of attack and he'll sniff it out. Like, you've got to disguise where the point of attack's going to be to the last moment if you're going to try and get through this second level of tacklers. And, mate, they'll sniff it out.
4th and 2. No harm in going.
Ben O'Brien out there in the middle of that defensive backfield as well, as he's now going to line up against Miller. So it takes the pressure off having to have Noble running around after the much quicker player.
4th and 2. Quick kick here from Dutton. It's going to go roll. And oh, goodness. This one's rolling good. Down to
well
the
done,
14.
Hardy.
Now, we don't really cover the juniors, Matty C, as that's going to be the game. But I was just about to talk about a perfect punt there for one of the juniors players earlier today. Just sat at the 1-yard line, just perfectly.
Oh, my gosh. It looked like it was remote control as it got down there. It took this beautiful right turn and just stopped.
And that's the end of the game. And for the 2nd year in a row, the Wolves win the minor premiership, Matty C.
Yeah, and I mean, surprised? Not really, but I guess what the hump in the road was that made me wonder was that Week 6 game against the Centurions. They had that draw to open the season against them, and then they really got pushed around in that 21-12 loss. That win last week really, to me, kind of recorrected my brain a little bit about what I expect from this Wolves team, and today exemplified that in every way. They were just so clinical, so disciplined. And a guy like Tom Wills turning up and having an individual defensive performance like that, you know, anybody on this roster could do that any week. This week, Tom Wills, take your hat off, mate. What a great performance. He may end up with league MVP for the week after that.
Yeah, it'll be hard to beat. 4 interceptions, one of them returned for 82 yards and a touchdown. Just incredible. Probably had over 130 in return yards, Matty C. You've been calculating that, or?
I took his 80-yarder, but I mean, you can't give him the 20 yards from the touchback, can you?
Maybe. Maybe countdown. And
2 intercepts on the spot, and then another about a 10-yard return on another one. So he would have had over 90 yards in returning from his from his 4 different intercepts on the day. But just you can't turn the ball over 5 times to this Wolves team. You can't turn the ball over once to them, to be honest. But they'll make you pay.
Yeah, the Stars, it looked like during the middle of that game, they're getting some good momentum. They got a score before halftime, and they were really looking good. They could have got another one, and then came out the break and got a turnover. But Matty just really fell apart after that. The Wolves' defense forced the pressures and done it, and he started throwing all those picks, and that was the end of that.
It was. Like they went into the half-time with just the 1 turnover, but they had 4 straight drives, finished with turnovers, and then that last one, they punted away on what it wound up being the last play of the game. There was no room for them to do anything productive in that second half. And the one time they got a drive when they looked like it was going anywhere, they made about 25, they made it down to about the 25-yard line, and then the drive ended as so many had with another intercept.
And maybe see, for the Stars, they'll bring back a few players next week. You have Valadez missing today, same with Simmons, and just try and get myself. McInnes, Reese Neves, and Brett Williams. Got guys still needing to return, Matty C. So there's a lot of names there. They weren't at full strength today, but they'll be at full strength next week for the playoffs.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this is one of these things where you do want to just make sure that your team escape a game like this without any harm, without any injury. We're really glad to say both sides have escaped without anybody being seriously hurt, so that's a great sign.
Yes.
And next week is a big sense of occasion for the Stars team. It's nice to be that third-place team going into a game like that because there's no expectation, and you get all of the wonderful uplift of being at this wonderful occasion. So we really do wish them well next week, and it looks like no matter what happens in this following game, they will be up against the Centurions team who are going to be doing largely the same thing. They'll want to make sure that they preserve the health and well-being of their players. They do expect that they will win this game, even though they're also going to be turning up a little on demand just to try and make sure that they give the players who they know were iffy a bit of rest before they go into this second versus third showdown.
Indeed, and for the Wolves, they win their last regular season game as a club, and they have one more game as the Gigala Wolves, Matty C. It'll be the Capital Bowl number 33. It's going to be everything for this Wolves team. Extra motivation now, knowing the team is going to end after this season. And here they are walking off the field one last time in the regular season. It has been a great run for them, regular season wise, Matty C. They've done a really good job. They've only lost, I think, about 6 or so games in the regular season in their time in this league. It's been incredible what Jason Ray has already built up. And he's got one more game as coach of the senior team. Still got the juniors as well competing in there. They want to finish it off with 2 Capital Bowls in the juniors and seniors. So, Matty, it's a great game there for the Wolves. 51-6. Any final thoughts you had?
Well, mate, yeah, this Wolves side, it's been business as usual for them. They lost 1 game last season through the entire season by 1 point on the opening day. Today, they've lost that one in week 6. They then rectified that immediately by going out and putting up a really great display against that Centurions team last week. We've just seen probably the most clinical defensive performance you're going to see from a team as well. And you say that in a game where they also went through up 51 points. So they've really made a statement. We'll see them get that next week off to rest. Next time we see them is going to be on the biggest occasion of all here in the ACT for the 33rd Capital Bowl. But, mate, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in this next game because that Centurion side, you think this Gladiators team who have come to this 9th game of the season without a win are going to be happy to leave without a win today? That's absolutely not the case. This Centurions team still has to be on their game.
Indeed, Madison. We're going to see that starting at 2 o'clock, so about half an hour now. Join us then for the Centurions and the Gladiators. For me, Manjot Melly, and my boy Matty Cotter, I'd like to say goodbye and thank you. And join us in half an hour. Yeah. We're doing an AGT this week,
218. If you'd like, yeah.
Totally down for it. Just my
TD.
hay fever's gonna kill me.
Yeah, you sound really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it right now.
13 of 28 for 218 and 5 touchdowns, plus 4 carries.